DFZRadio.com.
The cannabis portion of this show is designed as entertainment only for legal medicinal cannabis patients over 21 years of age and is not meant to encourage any other activity or use. Yeah, dick.
Talking about the Htgs show. Knowing someone better than your show. Everybody knowing this whole show. Yeah. Talking about the Htgs show.
Yo, what is? Welcome to Htgs Grow Show right here on DFZRadio.com, the one and only grow show that hooks you up for calling in. What do we hook them up with? What do we have, Dr. Baumgartner?
We've got Mission, Nutrients, Smart Pots, and some green pad, CO2 generation pads.
A little fake news, too.
A little fake news, yeah.
Some fake news.
Yerba Mate going out?
Yeah, in
Mustache
celebration
conditioner?
or in honor of today's LED show, I brought a Yerba.
Oh, we've got some.
So I'll drink that in honor of the
liquid
LED
plumber
growers.
also.
Some liquid plumber. I welcome everyone here. We have a full panel tonight. Next to me, I got Hydroponic Chef. You heard him on Farm to Table Cannabis.
It makes it sound so smarter when we say panel.
A panel.
Look, we got a round table of fuckheads. Even fuckheads sound smarter at a round table of fuckheads.
This is not a round table. This is a elongated table.
And you do have the biggest
It's
size.
a penis-shaped table with the number one dick at the end. Horty Chris.
Yep, it's where the brains are, right there at the head. Just the head of the table. It's not a round table because there's levels to the intelligence of this room, and therefore I was picked to be at the top.
There you go. And then we got Burning Bush Troy. What's up?
Yes, sir. What's happening, guys?
Dabbing Dots in the house. How are the Dabbing Dots going, man?
Oh, they're delightful.
I'm out. I didn't want to call you just for like an ounce. He was like, you don't want 2,000 grams right now? I'm like, not right now. But you got an ounce, player?
Yeah, definitely.
It's 7:10. This motherfucker's coming here to get us lit.
Oh, it is
We're smoking.
7:10.
It's
Oh.
You guys ready?
today,
It's
bro.
about 45 minutes away from getting your face fucked.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I'm going to lay off until we go to the LED portion. I've been up since roughly 5 a.m. Went out to the greenhouses, worked for like 6 hours in 100-degree temperatures, twisted my ankle, fought off snakes and mice, delegated duties to the Cambo trimmers,
Any choppers?
did all kinds of stuff. No choppas out there. They're all in NorCal right now.
The master trimmer.
And, of course, Dr. Baumgartner. Okay, let's we were off last week, but a lot of things have been going on. First off, I want to say what's up to Upstate Grower. Man, Upstate Grower is just coming strong with the song parodies, and they're all based pretty much around Dr. Baumgartner's memes, his and mine memes. We kind of collaborate on our memes a little bit.
We tag team the memes sometimes.
The first one, though, is we're going to play tonight. It's awesome. You can go to @HeavyTGrow Show on Instagram and my IGTV, and you can see the video that the chef put together. But it's about cocoa, right? Everyone knows that we like to grow in cocoa, Dr. Baumgartner.
Yeah, he's got 3 of them now. One of them's Cocoa Ninjas.
No, let's just talk about the cocoa one that we're going to play. Wait,
Yeah.
How did it come about again?
No, I'm just saying.
He's trying to tell you, back in the day, someone invented cocoa.
Okay.
I get confused because he's got so many now. But yeah,
He's got a fucking whole album mixtape.
Yeah, the one where you did the Coco's to it.
Everybody knows, just
that
like
you gotta
Horty's
grow in
hoes. Yeah.
Man, you guys are fucking entertaining this shit. You're fascinating.
Dude, he is the official Weird Al Yankovic of
The Heavy Tea Grow
of
Show.
marijuana songs.
But his new LED one, we're going to play tonight in a rock.
Okay, after we talk about LED.
Yeah.
Let's do this real quick.
He's sitting at home right now about to bust
Yeah,
a
he's
nut.
like-
He thought we were going to play the song right now.
He's like, just play it already, man.
This is basically an album
I'm going
release
live
party.
so everybody can see.
Yeah,
All
he's
right.
got ice, champagne, and shit.
We are Cocoa Ninjas. Rockwell scientists are inferior. We don't dislike them. They just are inferior for what reason, Dr. Baumgartner?
Well, just they're nerds, I guess. You got to be a scientist to grow in rock wool, and that's not very cool. If you're a ninja, that's cool. So
All right.
if you grow in cocoa, you're better.
All right, and I think he's trying to have a community feeling with this song, My Ninja by Upstate Grower. Here we go. Kick it up, Saint.
What?
Fucking, I just did a fucking 10-minute introduction. Are those braids wrapped that fucking tight?
He's like, I'm still downloading
Fuck the
it.
sound guy, dude.
What?
Look, the chef ruins his own show, and he's over here trying to ruin mine by talking to
You
the
said
fucking
we're
sound
going
guy.
to play it later. All right, here it comes.
It can't get
Who the
much
fuck
later.
said you're going to play it later? Chef doesn't run any shit to do with this show.
Cocoa fucking ninja. We ain't growing outside. We some cocoa fucking ninjas. Riding in my ride.
He doesn't even run shit for his show.
My ninja, my ninja.
Ryan is
My
Ryan.
ninja, my ninja. Cocoa fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja. A cocoa fucking ninja. She's wheeled by my side. I'm a cocoa fucking ninja. You just can't hide from this cocoa fucking ninja. My meme set the price. I'm a cocoa fucking Illuminati. Ninja. Growers paradise. I'm a cocoa fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. Say it. My ninja, my ninja. A cocoa fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja. Cocoa fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja. Cocoa fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja. DFZ Radio.
All right, that was pretty solid.
That sounds way better in these headphones than on my phone. I like that.
And he
Put
tied
some
in there.
vocals to it and
He
shit.
tied, just shut the fuck up over there, dude. Just turn this guy off next to me, please. He fucking doesn't need to be any part of this
He
show.
just said he put the vocals to it.
The,
Yeah, that's what happens when you make a song.
Yeah,
But the auto-tune and all that.
he brought up the cheese wheel for cheese wheel paradise over here.
Yep.
He brought up right into my ride for
Yeah.
for the braided wonder.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't know who's in charge all of a sudden, I guess. Fucking working here 8 years, all of a sudden he's taking orders from the fucking sloppy chef.
We are working on the show. We're trying to make this show great.
But the meme Illuminati too.
And then, yeah, memes at the price, and then Illuminati. That's my favorite part.
That was great. Anyways, let's go talk grow. We don't need to talk about memes or fucking songs anymore. Here we go. Melvin in the District of Columbia. What's growing on?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? What's your question tonight?
So basically, I started growing. I started growing indoors, but I was already growing outdoors. So I wanted some advice on how to start growing inside. Well, yeah, inside, and more with hydroponics.
Okay, do it. There's some advice. Have a good night. Are you fucking serious, Melvin? Serious. Melvin, do you have a fucking question? Do you want some advice? Have a pointed question. Where do you want to know where to get started?
Yeah, basically.
All right. Holy Chris, why don't you help him out a little bit?
Well, to grow indoors, you're going to need light, and then you're going to need plants, and then you're going to need the stuff that you need to grow plants, like medium, soil, cocoa, something like you said you want to do hydroponics, so you might want to go with cocoa. Then you're going to need water and nutrients, and you're going to need to have a good environment, and so you're going to have to find a space that you can utilize to grow indoors.
That's number one, Melvin.
Yeah.
Identify where you want to do it, get the size of it, and appropriately light that spot up. You're going to need to think about environmental controls, right? If ideally we want to have about 75 to 80 degrees with about 50% relative humidity. So to be able to control it, you're going to have to think about environmental controls once you identify the space and you get enough light to light it up. Troy, you wanted to add on?
No, not really.
You were raising your hand?
I mean, he needs to know, what kind of plants he's going to grow and if he can have them or not,
Yeah, well, he made his. You're calling in and asking a question, and when you ask, like, does God exist?
Yeah, you
Or
don't know how to approach
like
it,
it's not. Next thing you know, 6 hours later, we still haven't told him everything that he probably needs to know to grow indoors. So we're just keeping it kind of basic. What you could do is you could listen to the Heavy Tea Grow Show every Wednesday night from 6 to 10 or 6:30 to whenever, or maybe every Wednesday night. But they also have archives where for 7 fucking years, 4 hours a week, they recorded that shit and it's out there and you can go listen to it and you will know how to grow indoors.
So you talk about growing in hydroponics, though. And so outside of when you set up your area, don't go, especially in the middle of summer, to recirculating hydroponics. I talked about environmental controls. Of course, that's the number one factor. But if you have a recirculating hydroponic system, you now are into controlling the temperature and the water and so many more factors that are going to be tougher for a new grower to get set up. So if you want to grow hydroponically, put the plants in cocoa. All right? We just played the song, My Ninja, My Ninja. You want to be a cocoa ninja? Cocoa is a hydroponic method of growing, right? Think about hydroponics. The word actually means working water. Okay, so the water works for the plant. It feeds the plant everything that it needs. When you're growing in soil, when you water the plant, you're actually not watering the plant, you're watering the soil to feed it. Okay, does that make sense? So you're breaking down organic material in soil to have it made available to the plant. In hydroponics, the water has the nutrition already in it, and that's what's available pretty much immediately to the plant. So understanding cocoa is a hydroponic method. You don't have to recirculate it. I would recommend not to recirculate it. And you can water full strength nutrient every time, and you get growth rates, quality, that's associated with hydroponics the same way you would if you're using another inert medium like rock wool, like Hydroton, any one of those, right? So you want to grow hydroponically, and it's cheaper as well. It's cheaper to get set up. And I'm not necessarily a proponent of just going cheaper, but for a newbie, I wouldn't go invest into a bunch of pumps, different controllers, different monitoring, like a continuous guardian meter or something, if I wasn't sure I was going to be using that.
And if you've never done hydroponics of any sort, and you don't have like a million years of experience doing soil, or have been around others that are doing it, and you're completely a newbie, don't go set up a DWC system either. If you're going to go hydroponic, the less things that can go wrong is going to be the better your chances of doing things right. And everybody wants to do they're like, oh man, no, I've never rode a bike before, but man, I want to do that supercross and go do 360 jumps over school buses. And if you don't even know how to ride a bike, you're not going to be able to just ride a dirt bike. So start simple. If you're going from soil to go to hydroponics, just go straight to cocoa. And it's the closest thing to it, except you're adding the nutrients every time you feed.
And Chef, you know this because.
Bring my mic back.
Hold on, your mic is off still?
Bring my fucking mic back.
The fuck
God
this out
damn
guy.
it.
You gotta give me the
You
word.
poor fucker, dude. You poor guy. I'm sorry they've been so fucking ruthless to you. I know what it's like to be
Turn
a
'em
fucking
off.
punching
Turn 'em
bag,
off.
but trust me, when it
Turn 'em
comes to
off.
hydro, I got your back on
Anyways.
hydro. You're still gonna hear me.
Yep.
It's water temperature.
That's a vacuum in the
pH,
background.
And CO2 environment control, bro. You got this. Don't let them punk you.
We already said environmental control, but good thing you weren't listening either.
Yeah, thanks.
My mic was off.
Okay,
Sorry.
so can you stop yelling and we can turn it
His
on?
mic was off so he couldn't hear.
This is made to amplify.
Your headphones are still
Okay,
on.
you're back on here.
I promise to be cool. I'm cool.
You're cool.
All right.
You're cool. But you know this damn well because you sell hydroponic systems, you sell hydroponic-specific nutrients as well as soil and cocoa nutrients. But the 3-part Flora series has been a staple for hydroponics for so long. And you see newbies that go onto a forum that might be fucking 10, 15 years old, and they all want to use a Lucas formula in a DWC bucket. And I see far too often with this show, with my hydro shops, that those guys fall flat on their face, and they get so discouraged that a lot of them quit growing.
No, these poor fuckers, it's just how they say. It's just like you get into it, you think the good things are going to happen, someone gives you an advice at a hydro store, or you read a forum, and then it's all fucked. Stick with what works. Don't use the fucking, the hype of the day. You know, start your training wheels off with a good, solid formula that's customizable, easy to use. And, you know, GH isn't the only 3-part. There's other 3 parts out there, but it's the most customizable, tailored to your needs, and I think it's easier to use. So thanks for letting me be a company man tonight and bring my mic back, dude. So you poor bastard.
I was always in front of you.
He's finally surrendering.
You just had to calm down.
Yeah, I had to submit. It's easier this
Heavy
way.
T just
Same-
surrendered to
same with my wife.
the company man. He actually invited you to do it now.
Same with your wife.
I got to submit.
Oh. That's way too much information, gag ball guy.
No, it's
Ball gag guy.
it's her torture
Can you just
chamber.
imagine that chin beard with a ball gag on it?
with a unicorn horn dildo on my forehead?
With a Hydro Chef bandana on?
Yes. Well, your new name's Hydroponic Peg.
I'm going to make that meme later.
You do have a special room at your house, though, don't you?
You have never been over yet.
Well, you live way the fuck out in the boonies. I try to come over on my way out to the greenhouses, but too often I'm too busy. And you're always somewhere else. We'll talk about this off the air. Melvin, go with cocoa if you want to grow hydroponic. Use a 2-part system. No offense against 3 parts, but a 2-part system will a lot of times have mineral combined with bioorganics, readily available organics that is one of the reasons that I really do love cocoa is because I get to intertwine those 2 worlds together. I get to use biostimulants like seaweed, seaweed extract, shit tons of humic acid, different types of root stimulators, like rhizoblast or something like that, that is more organic. Even though they're compatible in a recirculating system, those things need, if you have a reservoir in a recirculating system and those things are in there and it goes above, Horty, 75 degrees, it's starting to become anaerobic.
Yeah.
It's becoming oxygen deficient. Yeah. And if that happens, those things become a catalyst for root rot and other diseases. And you just basically you're not growing plants, you're growing a swamp in your reservoir.
No, not beneficial.
And the warmer the room is, the cooler that you usually want the root system to be as well. When even in like places where the temperature, like outdoors, where it can get extremely high temperatures, like where we tell you that respiration stops indoors, they'll manipulate the root zone temperatures by dropping them to compensate for the heat up top. So if your room's getting to be 82, 85, you're going to need to cool the reservoir as well, and that's going to require like a nutrient chiller, and then that adds more complication, more plumbing, all that stuff. So, start out simple.
Melvin, hopefully that puts you on the right track. But just don't let anyone tell you different that cocoa is not is a hydroponic method. They try and tell you it's not. They just don't know. They don't understand
Even
what
if you're
it means.
watering by hand, bro, it's still hydroponic.
Yeah, it's how the nutrient is available to the plant. It has nothing to do with pumps and air stones. So I'm going to send you some smart pots, brother. Plant those in there. The more air that gets to your root zone, the better. Smart pots allows your root zone to breathe. They breathe better, more oxygen. They also keep your root zone cooler. So during these hot summer months, you want to battle the heat, use a smart pot. They're also reusable. I mean, I've had them out in very hostile environments, like 110, 115 degrees for 5-6 years, and they never break down. I'm also going to send you some Turpinator as well, dude. That's compatible with any hydroponic method as well as organic method if you ever want to go to soil. All right, Melvin, thanks so much, man, and I appreciate you letting us break your balls a little bit. Identify the place you want to grow, set it up, and grow better. Talk to Marco. He's going to tell you how to get your prize, okay?
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. Take it easy. All right, I'm getting blown up over here. 562-653-0707. That is the phone number. Calm down, Chef. You're good. I'll do a dab with you. I'll be man down. I haven't smoked all day. Maybe that's where
I'm
it
just
comes from.
dying to talk LEDs.
Okay, can we take the call? Can we take some calls? Fuck, dude, this is a 4-hour program. We don't have to cram all the shit we want to say into 1 hour like you do.
I'm sorry, Upstate Grower, we're not playing your song tonight.
We just played it, and then we didn't have it ready because you're over there talking to the fucking sound guy, stepping on
Check your
people's
email,
toes.
Yeah, you're
Saint.
over
Check
here.
your email, Saint.
Stepping
Check
on my
it.
toes.
How about the host email that's running the fucking show? Why don't you?
You
send
couldn't
something?
transfer a video if your life depended on it.
Oh, the video?
Come on, bro.
Oh, I can transfer video.
Why did
dog.
you invite
I
me
got
to
it.
do the show with you again today?
Jesus Christ. Bad motherfucker. Bad motherfucking Jay in LA. What's up?
What up?
What up, Jay? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How about y'all?
You know. Trying to stay on top of the world, but slowly falling.
That sound you hear in the background is how hot it is in here.
Oh, that's great.
One BTU.
What's going
every
on, dude?
minute.
Shit, I called in to see how I can get my plant stocks huge from the early in veg.
Fans, silica, genetics, light intensity. You know, one thing that a lot of people won't do is when you take your clone and you plant it to veg it out, you should still have good wind blowing on the plant from early on. I'm not saying put a huge oscillating fan on at high speed and try to blow the plants out of the ground, but as they start to grow, they should be getting a good amount of wind on them. And if you do that, you'll notice that your stalks will be much thicker, much earlier. And you know, I see all these people who will pre-veg plants 2 or 3 feet tall, and then they trim up the bottoms and transplant them into their bloom room, and the stalks are like smaller than a pencil coming out of the ground, and you're like, well, no wonder they have 7 layers of trellis in there.
What's that going to hold?
But they veg these plants, and they may have had fans moving the air around in the veg area. They're not really hitting the plants with almost a constant oscillating wind. And if you look at any plants outdoors, even on the stillest of days, you'll see leaves moving almost constantly on a tree. It's constantly being battling the wind, and when that happens, it's just like lifting weights. It tears the tissue and causes the plant to have to bulk it up, and that's how you get the thicker stalks to begin with.
And some of it could go to
That's it through. Go ahead.
to training too. If you think about it, like you know, adding those natural stresses to it, doing a little bit of that scarring, that also will help with it too. You know.
Absolutely, but and also making sure that you have good light and that your plants are getting enough light. I mean, and also not just enough light, but
The appropriate light.
that you're keeping the light as close as you can. The closer it is, the more intense it's going to be. The more light's going to get all the way to the bottom of the plants that you're vegging, and it's going to help keep it bushier. And you know, there's just a lot of tricks. Silica in the water when you feed will also help strengthen cell walls. But I think that one thing I've noticed is if you don't have fans blowing on your plants pretty like keeping them moving and shaking in the wind from the time you transplant them until the time you finish vegging them, they will never be as thick. And the difference is obvious, and you can tell within a week that, oh man, since I started putting a fan on these,
Nice.
the stalks are a lot better. They look like 2 or 3 weeks in when I didn't have the fan. I mean, and it may not grow as tall as quickly because the plant's having to compensate and keep itself, you know, all of its energy can't go to just growing up. It has to also grow to bulking up. But
Right.
I think that from the beginning you'll see a difference in the size of the stalk as the plant produces more internodes.
That definitely, all of that is true. Wavelength, light wavelength. Don't use an HPS or something in the lower range, nanometer range, a red light basically. That is going to give off more infrared. That's going to elongate. So you're going to have an elongated plant. The plant still does need radiant heat and infrared. That we know. But you go to the more blue spectrum during veg, that's going to give off more UV and have closer internodal spacing and keep the plant more short and robust. Another thing that happens that people don't realize is that they don't thoroughly water their plant nearly enough. They think that they give the plant enough. For one, most growers are scared. See, I told you I shouldn't have taken a dab because I can barely contain my thoughts. Most growers are scared of overwatering, right? They all
Right.
scared of the root rot, things that are going to happen. Our goal is to get to the end, to have a good harvest. If we have root rot, it can destroy all of that very quickly. But if you're in a correct container like a smart pot, if you have an aerated medium like cocoa, right, where there's an abundance of air, you can give the plant plenty of fucking water and water it more frequently. The the mistake that I was talking about most growers make is that when underwatering, they don't saturate the entire grow medium. So as the roots go down and search out water, the ones that the grow medium isn't wet enough, those start to retreat. Okay? Now what happens when they start to retreat is that when the water does go down there, those roots will again start to grow into that grow medium, search out water, right? Every time that happens, it's like the tap root going down again, and what happens? The plant goes up. Right? As the plant goes up, it gets skinnier and skinnier. You need to give it plenty of water. Hydrate it thoroughly and completely. The entire grow medium, have the correct wavelength of light, ceramic metal halides and above 4200 metal halides, even the infamous LEDs can be used for this purpose.
And Jay, I like the analogy of think of your medium as like a heart, you know? Like you wouldn't let your heart dry out. You got to have that blood pumping. And you're pulsating, you know? You're pulsing that water into the fucking plant. Every time you water it, that's another heartbeat. That's another heartbeat of nutrients and oxygen and everything going throughout the plant's bloodstream, if you will.
And timing of watering, Chef, is key too. You can't be showing up at your garden as lights go out or as the sun's going down.
Regular
and that's
heartbeat,
when you water.
bro.
The plant
Right.
to photosynthesize, the plant needs water. So if the lights come on and it's not completely saturated or it doesn't have enough water in there, it's not wilting, it's just not in abundance that the plant is not photosynthesizing to its optimum. Therefore, the plant isn't growing to its potential. Right?
Yeah,
It's ideal.
copy.
It's ideal to give the plant and have the plant fully hydrated as the sun comes up or as the lights come on. And then as it dries out, we may need more waterings along the line during that day or during that period, which as growers, we have to be there to fill that. Otherwise, the plant slows down. All of those will give you bigger stalks. Environmental with wind, with rattling your plants, create stresses, strengthens the stalk, strengthen the branches so they can hold more weight, absolutely. It's also going to stimulate the plant to kind of have a stress reaction, right, where it's not just going to bolster the tissue, it can bolster the immunity of the plant and the strength against insects and pathogens, right? So all of those things are to think about. Light indoors being the number one factor. If you're in sun, give it plenty of water when that sun comes up, right? I know we follow each other on Instagram, but are you talking about sun or are you talking about indoor?
I was talking about both, so you answered both questions.
All right, player. Well, hopefully that helps you out. I'm going to send you some
Listen
smart
up.
pots so you can put those in there. Are you growing soil or cocoa, hydro?
Soil.
Soil. How about the full line of Mission Fertilizer for you, dude?
Damn.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, I'm going to send those two things out for you, man. Talk to Marcos Pollo. He's going to get your stuff.
All right, appreciate you guys.
All right,
Happy growing.
You too,
Thanks,
man.
man.
Oh, and stay tuned for the LED drama. Here we go. Dr. Baumgartner has to bounce. We got to pay the bills real quick. 562-653-0707. Do you have an LED question? Do you have an LED comment? Were you battling with Dr. Baumgartner online? Call in. It's all good. Don't be scared. Like, seriously. Hey, it's just a joke, not a dick. Don't
I'm
take
just
it so hard.
taking dabs and drinking yerby. No fighting.
All right, 562-653-0707. Shout out to Upstate Grower.
Growing
Coco
outside
motherfucking
with some
ninja.
Coco fucking ninjas. Riding in my ride with some Coco
up,
fucking
Saint?
ninjas. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
Coco fucking ninja.
My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
Coco fucking ninja.
She's wheeled by my side, I'm a Coco fucking ninja. You just can't hide from this Coco fucking ninja. My meme set the price, I'm a Coco fucking
Illuminati.
ninja. Growers paradise, I'm a Coco fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
Say it.
My ninja, my ninja.
Coco fucking ninja.
My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
Coco fucking ninja.
My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
Coco fucking ninja.
My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
DFZ Radio.
Hey, I'm in the zone.
Dude, this shit is
That's Horty's Pimpin' 101.
Hey guys, it's Heavy T. As a longtime cultivator in both small and large gardens, both indoor and in greenhouses, I know the number one factor for being successful is to maintain an ideal environment and optimize my airflow. That is why I use and recommend Fantech controllers and EC fans. As the original inventors of the inline fan way back in 1974, Fantech uses the highest quality German motors and has revolutionary impeller technology. The EC fan creates the most efficient and powerful airstream of any fan in its class. And with the new Aeolus controller, maintaining the ideal environment has never been more simple. The Aeolus, with a variety of modes, allows me to control my exhaust and intake fans along with my dampeners from one easy to set up and use interface. And with the two expandable channels, I can maintain temperature set points in two separate spaces. So whether you're a hobbyist in your garage or a commercial greenhouse grower, it's simple. Use what the pros use. Use the Fantech EC fan and Aeolus controller. And if you're a retailer, contact Rambridge, Savant Plantech, or Garden Rebels Distribution and order yours today. Fan and controller sold separately.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bring in the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy.
These include the Blue Lab Guardian monitor, the Blue Lab Combo meter, the Blue Lab pH meter, the
Hey, Dr. Duff, are you signing up for another one of those internet dating sites after your divorce?
Nah, I'm just ordering these freaking douchebags from China here. Just gonna be saving a lot of money on it. About $1 a bag.
Did you say douchebags?
Yeah, they're pots. They're fabric pots. They're, made in China. They save $1 a bag from all the other.
Oh, it sounds like an imitation smart pot or something.
Yeah, save $1, but, I'm pretty sure these douchebags are gonna work.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who used those same douchebags. He bought them direct from China. It killed his whole garden.
Bro, what? So I'm better off spending that extra $1 on a smart pot?
I'd get a smart pot.
Don't be a Duff man. Make sure to buy the original patented Smart Pot. Check them out at smartpots.com.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
The cannabis portion of this show is designed as entertainment only for legal medicinal cannabis patients over 21 years of age and is not meant to encourage any other activity or use. Yeah, Dick.
You're gonna go get the green pad, see? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go get it right now. Go on down to your local hydro shop. Tell them Shunny sent you. That's right, Shunny with the green pad. More CO2 in your garden. More carbon, more weight, see? You need to get that weight up to pay me back, see, Shunny? Go get the Green Pad Junior. Put it in your cloning dome, see? You're gonna get some more roots faster. Cut days off your cloning time. More harvest year round. That's right, see? Activated by humidity. 35 to 50%, so make sure that's right, okay? Go to your local hydro shop, see?
That's right. Go there now. More root, more fruit, more fruit, more root.
That's right. Yeah.
Meow. Meow.
You're listening to Heavy T's Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707 for your chance to talk to Heavy T, Horty Chris, and the Duff Man only on DFCRadio.com.
I tell you, this is the life.
Ever since we started working here at Sanctuary Soil, I couldn't be happier. It's nice to work at a place where they treat you like the artist that you are.
Tell me about it. So many places just throw you in the dirt, feed you junk, and drip water on your head.
Yeah, sounds more like torture than a job.
And how do they expect you to do great things when they don't give you the right tools? I can't do it if you treat me like garbage.
I hear ya. You give me the highest quality organic materials like woody biomass and grasses, put me in a healthy, clean environment, and I can practically poop gold.
Not to mention alfalfa meal, arborist material. They even bathe us in a healthy biological tea full of enzymes and other good stuff. You know, I get a little choked up just thinking about how all those customers are gonna benefit from the hard work we put into providing them with the best products available.
I just wish more companies were like Sanctuary Soil. It's nice to work with people who care about their customers and care about the environment.
Yeah, this is the life. Hey, I'm pretty full. Think it's about time to go make some magic, if you know what I mean.
Well, a worm's work is never done.
See you in a few.
You got anything to read? This could take a while.
Sanctuary Soil's Buckaroo brand premium worm casting, the all-in-one soil amendment that's safe for the environment, children, and pets. For more information and to see a list of current retailers, visit our site at sanctuarysoil.com.
The next level of growing is here. The growing revolution is here. DFZRadio.com. DFZRadio.com.
Hey, bro, your garden's looking sweet, man. What are you using?
Yeah, man, I'm using a premium cocoa nutrient, Cocoa Tech A and B, man. It's an aggressive formula for increased yield during the flowering phase.
Wow, so this is made specially for cocoa?
You better believe it, man. It comes with easy-to-use 2-part formula. Formulated aggressive growth and superior blooms. Whoa, bro. Yeah, man. Tell 'em, Bob.
This aggressive formula contains proprietary blends of calcium to ensure your plants thrive. Backed by years of research, Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Nutrients are specifically designed to support and enhance your cocoa core growing experience. Use Cocoa Tech Premium Nutrients with Cocoa Tech Premium Cocoa Core for optimum results.
Yeah, man.
Don't you put that evil on me!
Heavy T.
DFZRadio.com.
Welcome back, Heavy T's Grow Show right here on DFZ Radio. Now it's time for news. No memeing or leave it this year. Dr. Baumgartner is got news, fake news, real news, all concerning LEDs. It's funny how memes cause so much anxiety and riff, and the shit starts. Doc, honestly,
the anti-LED meme has been my favorite campaign.
Hey, who gave you that idea?
I think you gave me that idea.
Probably all the dipshit fools that came into the store asking about them.
But it started with the guy that comes into the shops or calls and says, I want to get a 4x4 tent. I already have a light. Oh, cool. What light is it? It's 1,000 watt. Oh, 1,000 watt HPS? No, 1,000 watt LED that I got on Amazon.
For $112.
And you're just like, that's not 1,000 watt. Oh, yeah, it is. Here's the picture. Here's all this. And it's irritating because you have to walk people down that road of explaining to them why that actually isn't 1,000 watt grow light.
They've been misinformed by the manufacturer.
They've been bamboozled, and they get angry at you for exposing it. right?
Yeah, shoot the messenger.
And so it started with that meme sequence. It was a 4x4 tent and a $112, 165 watt LED, which you didn't know it was a 165 watt until what?
Until you like look at the description of it, or
Get
actually
into the
buy the
specs.
light and like look at the thing on the light and see.
And it doesn't say input anymore. It just says draw. And people just look at those numbers where it has the hertz that it runs at, it has the amperage, it has the weight, it has the dimensions of it, and it says draw 165 watts plus or minus 3%.
And then just the way they list, oh, this is for a 4x4 and it replaces 1,000 watt. That should be like illegal false advertising.
Okay, but so we posted that.
Plus or minus 3%?
Yeah, that's pretty
That's
high.
a very cheap LED if it cannot maintain.
It's a $112 LED, fool.
I mean,
I should have got high before the
that
show.
means that the energy is
Bastards.
fluctuating
Your
in the LED circuit, so it's not that high
fucking
quality or efficient because most of the top of the
It's
line.
just always bouncing around.
Yeah, most of the top of the line LEDs out there have like 99.999% like power,
Efficiency
smoothness,
rating.
and efficiency. They don't suck power.
Okay, well, we're going to
like
go
that,
into
like-
efficiency because we're going to talk about joules and U-moles a little bit. And all the stuff that LED proponents like to cite. Basically, I think they go around with a printed copy of biofluencescience.com's fucking about section because they will straight verbatim cut and
Plagiarize
paste.
it.
Cut and paste that.
Copy and paste. Yeah.
So, but going back to where it started with this BS of, hey, look, peeps, and we even put in their PSA, public service announcement. The last meme sequence was for every hydro employee at every hydro shop ever. And a bunch of hydro shops, hydro employees hit me up and be like, thank you. Like, we got to walk people down this. And it makes you the bad guy as the employee. And it was about being aware of what you're purchasing. It wasn't an attack about LEDs necessarily, but the people that buy into LEDs, we came to find out, are...
They're like a union for LEDs in
They-
a way.
They
band together.
They will not accept the truth against their already accepted ideas in any way, shape, or form. And if to the point where they will outright deny empirical science.
Yes. Yeah, they come at me in the DMs with just, well, they use 40% less power, so how's that not saving electricity? And it's just like, wow, they don't use 40% less power just because you say that right now. And the DM does not make that a fact, and I don't know who told them that. And it's not that I was even bagging on LEDs. I was just saying a watt is a watt. So if you use 1,000 watts of HPS, you need to use 1,000 watts of LED to get the same yields that you're used to getting.
Well, let's walk it down because this
Okay.
was one day, Jack. Right?
Yeah, we had a few days of this. Yeah.
Then the second day was the responses to all the science. The LED people out there, and I'm not like, I am not against LEDs at all.
No,
I've
the
used
plant
LEDs.
will
I
grow
still
towards
have
your light.
LEDs in different situations in my gardens. So, but the people that are strictly LED, especially the do-it-yourself, the DIY guys,
Oh, yeah, that's another thing, yeah.
that all they want to do is attack you and think that you're attacking LEDs. The whole point of this, what we were talking about, was about buyer beware. Buyer beware that this is not a 1,000-watt light.
So if you're building your own, you're not
It
buying
says
one.
1,000-watt LED on the fucking description, and we showed them where to look to see that it's only 165 watts. By the way, LEDs are very expensive. If you think you're getting 1,000 watt of LED for $112, that doesn't even cover about 25% of the chip cost to build a 1,000-watt LED.
Right, exactly.
All right, those
Over
the high
$1,000.
output quality chips, the higher wattage chips, cost way more. And if you're looking at cobs and different drivers, and no matter if it's do-it-yourself or not, you cannot make 1,000-watt LED, quality LED, that draws 1,000 watts for $100. You can't make one, so how are you going to fucking sell one for $112?
Yeah.
Right? So buyer beware. That was it. But then it kind of fucking snowballed, didn't it?
Yeah, then it just...
And then a meme war ensued.
Yeah, then it just
There was
became...
really no war. It was just it was kind of like a nuclear attack.
Yeah, like it was like an educational nuclear attack. I was just trying to tell people, if you use 1,000 watts of LED, you're still got to get 1,000 watts worth of heat. People are like, no, LEDs have heat sinks. What's your answer now? Well, the heat sinks and the heat goes into the room. It's an enclosed environment. It's not escaping into magic land or into the walls or into thin air. And these people are saying, oh, well, I'm going to cover, I don't need 40% of my cooling now because I'm using LEDs. Well, that's just not true. If you're using the same wattage of LEDs, you need the same amount of cooling.
So think of it this way, people. If you have a heat sink on it, the heat sink doesn't dissipate the fucking heat. It displaces it. And the reason you have a heat sink to get it off the driver, get it off the board, get it off whatever you need to, because that heat will eventually lead to a shorter lifespan for that LED and potentially burn it out. So you need to get that heat away from it.
It's cooling your equipment but heating your room.
For if you want to think about this in old school terms, it would be like running an air-cooled hood with a fan on it, right? In an enclosed room and taking the heat off of your light bulb and just blowing it back in the room and saying, it runs cooler, bruh. The heat comes out and accumulates. Okay, if it's in an enclosed area. And Horty Chris, you deal with HVAC, you run products with HVAC, thermodynamics and stuff. Okay, can you back me up on this? Do heat sinks take away the heat, or they just remove it?
It's not going to disperse it.
You guys like argue with these dudes and just tell them like to look up Ohm's law.
Yeah, I posted
if anybody's ever heard of Ohm's law, it clearly states to you that there's a direct relation between watts, voltage, and amp. And depending on the voltage and the amount of amps, that's going to equal your wattage. So when people say, "Well, the wattage and the voltage is going to determine the amps," I saw in your little meme thing where some guy said,
one about that.
"Yeah, but my system draws less amps than the other one. It can't draw less amps because
unless
the
it's
wattage
lower
and
power.
the voltage determines the amperage.
It's a math equation.
It's a law of physics, and it is Ohm's law, like one of the original laws that has to do with anything with electricity, and it is factual, and it is how they came up with how many amps and watts you have is because of these formulas. So when people tell you that when they're telling you that you're getting 1,000 watts worth of power or light output from less power, you can't. And then when it comes to cooling power, that is directly related to British thermal units of heat.
BTU.
So depending on how many BTU of heat you have and how much you want to remove, you're still creating the heat. It takes X amount.
It still needs to be cooled by HVAC.
Every watt produces heat,
Or
and
needs
it's
to be
calculated
removed out
in
of the
BTUs.
area.
Something, yeah.
So all your wattage that you have somewhere is added together, and it creates a certain amount of BTUs. Whether it comes from the light bulb or a heat sink, the wattage that you're using will create the same amount of British thermal units of heat.
It's empirical.
That's how
Period.
That's how all
if
of
you have
those.
1,000-watt heater, 1,000-watt HPS, 1,000-watt ceramic metal halide, 1,000-watt LED, 1,000-watt computer, 1,000-watt refrigerator, 1,000-watt dishwasher, and you put it in a fucking enclosed area and run it, they're all going to create the same amount of heat that the energy is drawn.
That's how math works.
Okay, hold on.
Except for LEDs, right?
Energy cannot dissipate. It can only be transferred. And it's transferred into the air in your enclosed area, and you create it in a fucking oven if you don't take care of it.
So a watt is a watt is a watt?
What?
So back to the air
So
cooled.
2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6, even if it's an LED. It's still 6.
But back to the air cooled thing you were saying. When I did that test for the LED, I had to take down an air cooled 600 watt and put up the 600 watt LED, and my AC pretty much couldn't handle it because beforehand the heat was getting evacuated out into a different space because it was getting exhausted, and the LED you couldn't do that with. The heat had to go into the room, so the AC had to handle it.
Right.
And I had that little R2D2, and it wasn't able to.
My example would be if it was air cooled, but just taking the heat off of the thing and blowing it back in. Not that it would be taken out of the room.
No, I'm saying but just because you brought up the air cooled lights, I was saying that air cooled HPS runs cooler than an LED. Because the heat's getting evacuated out of the room. So
at least you're
I
getting
used to
rid
have
of
an R2D2, and it was able to cool two 600s with it being air cooled. But then when I had the LED in there, I was having a hard time because you couldn't evacuate the heat like the old light.
Right. And so there's that. And the people want to argue with Dr. Baumgartner, with myself, with all their quips and the cut and paste through direct messages, their own meme campaigns. So it furthers the mean bombardment.
They read an article and shit.
Well, and there are people applying the principles that they're talking about out there that are very smart, that I talk to through the DMs, and they're like, yeah, what about this? What about that? And it's a conversation. And we go back and forth. There's others that are just, they're assholes. They fucking ask a question just to get an answer they don't like, to ask another question, and it's just like,
they already know what side they're on. You're not going to convince them otherwise.
Yeah, and then you get them to a point, and they're like, well, for instance, well, I hate that manufacturer. They're lying. Like they.
Yeah, I told him 2,100 U-moles that says on the box. I don't even have to. There's a bunch of boxes that say that on there, and he kept saying that it makes 1.7, and I said, well, actually, it makes 2.1. I don't know why I keep saying 1.7. And he's like, oh, I hate that manufacturer. It's like, well, I hate LED manufacturers. Like, it doesn't matter if you like them or not. That's the fact.
And the guy who's like telling you, look, bro, I know that that's what you think, but I'm telling you, these LEDs are cooler. I guarantee you, if you put this many da-da-da and do this and that, it'll be better, bro. Trust me. It's like, trust you. I just showed you the scientific determination on how to calculate what you're trying to calculate, and you're saying that it's different because it's a different kind of light, and it's not different because that's how you calculate it, right?
Yeah, we already know the answer.
I'm telling you that you're actually wrong about it because it's scientific. The science of it is where your numbers don't add up, and you're telling me, I know you think that, bro, but trust me. You want me to trust you?
Yeah.
I'll just trust
You
the
don't
fucking,
know
yeah, I'll trust
electricity.
science, you know?
And so the
You
argument,
I'll stick with Ohm's law.
The argument goes back and forth, and I'm going to talk a little bit about LEDs against conventional
Trust,
lighting
bro, trust.
and the most common used commercial lighting. But I want to talk about, because people claim that we just hate LEDs, that we do not, and we don't just hate LEDs. I don't hate LEDs.
I'll go down.
And I try to explain that I use all different types of grow lights in different circumstances, and I know about them all because I've been growing since I was 16 years old, and I'm damn near 43-year-old. I'm on the north of 42.
I'm almost 45.
All right, and it's yeah, and I'm almost as old as Horty Chris.
45.
So doing
45.
it 26 years, I have used every fucking grow light, including the sun.
Everybody's lying.
I have seen running the show and successful hydroponic companies, hydroponic shops. I have talked with all the major lighting distributors. I have interviewed the fucking major lighting people out there, the biggest names in lighting. They call my show, or they come to see me. They fly in and come to see me. And I talk to them face to face, and I've used them in my own fucking grows, and I'll tell you that I don't hate any type of horticultural lighting. But there are reasons why we use what we use, and it's because of our continued success within this industry, within this realm. So I'll give you some examples, or I want you to give me some examples, Dr. Baumgartner, of your different experiences, because you have used LEDs.
I've used a lot of LEDs.
You actually tested LEDs for a prominent LED company that we won't name because I don't want to get into people think we're bashing specific people or companies.
And I liked that light. And that's why I went and got more of them.
But what was it? It was a 560 watt light or something.
It was a 560 watt light. And I went and got like 3 more of them, and I had 4 of them at the time for a while. And then finally...
But you switched it out for a 600. So you were getting... Because it was a true 560 watt draw. So you replaced an equivalent grow light. The energy in was close to energy out.
Right.
Right? It was a little bit less wattage,
Like 40
which
less
is
watts.
slightly more efficient, but it's not 80% more efficient, people.
Yeah, it was just like 40 less watts. It was purple. It was different. It was new. I thought
it was blurple?
Yeah,
Fuck.
I thought I was high tech. And this is going to be the right spectrum. I'm going to get the best of the best. And the tops were great. Like, it was successful every time. I never had any bugs or mold or anything. There was a lot of life at the bottom, and all my buddies that had regular HPS lighting weren't getting that, so I just switched back slowly to HPS and have had success with that and just stayed with it.
It was less dense down low. There was less penetration. There was a lack of infrared, which the plant needs to elongate.
It seems like it was too bright at the tips, too. I get albino tips, and then too dark on the bottom.
Well, and that goes into the U-mole, into the jewel, right, of what's coming off of these LEDs or HPSs or the sun even. And we're going to talk about that. But I want to know, hey, Chef, Troy, have you guys used LEDs?
I've had a couple of brands that I would recommend for veg. You know, like it
That's
wasn't
what
something that I was never
for clones
confident
for a couple of
about
weeks.
blooming in. But there
Spectrum.
are brands out there that, you know, when it comes to you know, keeping up a decent bloom for the ROI is almost there, you know, but not quite there. Like, there's being advancements in the technology. They're getting like 22 fucking UMols per watt on this fucking the upgraded lights. So you're starting to see a little bit of an upgrade, but it's definitely not anywhere where you would get the
Okay, but let's not be kidding ourselves. It doesn't matter what the fuck's coming off at the light source. The plant can't use that much light. It's going to, if you could, let's say in the perfect world, you can create that energy without heat. That light being completely cool, that close with that much output would fry your plants.
Yeah,
it would kill your fucking
white
plants.
tips.
No,
all
it would kill
fucked
your
up.
plants. Period. The pigment, the chlorophyll would shift in it, and you would end up with first the infamous
That's a
white
good way of
tips and
looking at
white
that,
buds.
right?
They would be fucking dead. There's way too much light coming in. Plants have evolved under diffuse light, y'all. Diffuse light doesn't. You think of it that it's under your canopy or your shade cloth. Yeah, that's further diffuse. But the light source, the sun, is coming through, traveling millions and millions of miles, hundreds of millions of miles,
trees, dust,
to come down, and it is diffused, even though it's very intense. Oh fuck! I told you I shouldn't have got high before this. But going into different measurements and how people look at U-moles, look at joules. LEDs do have a higher joule. You can get above 2 with it. Okay, and that's an energy efficiency rating. They have joule ratings for your caloric intake. They have joule ratings for plant growth itself, what the energy is being forced. It's an energy efficiency measurement, and LEDs are higher than double inlet high pressure sodiums, other single inlet high pressure sodiums. Some ceramic metal halides almost get as close to it, but not quite. But that energy efficiency is kind of a misnomer, and the reason why is because you're getting more photon production, right? Your PPF or your PPFD, which means the totality or a single point of what's coming down, okay, off of your LED. And what those actually measure are visible photons within a nanometer range of something like 300, 350 to about 700, 750. That's what your eye can see visible. And that's what scientists have basically said, that this is the nanometer range that creates photosynthesis, right? And it's visible to us. And it measures that output. And those lights create that more efficiently. You know what they don't fucking create?
Infrared.
Or UV. Hardly any. So if you're going to tell me about PPFD, PPF, and how much photons and lumens are for humans, and by the way, there is an empirical lumen to PPFD or PPF equation. And if you took a 3000K, 1000 watt high pressure sodium that only had a directed spectrum, because the PPFD and PPF, it doesn't tell you how much of the spectrum is actually there, right? It gives you a totality within that range. So you can actually pinpoint, let's say, a 350 nanometer red light and intensify that and get a very, very high PPF, a very, very high PPFD. Okay? It's not telling you there's no blue in it. It's just giving you a photon flux density of how much actual photon is coming down. So that's one flaw in using PPFD, is that it tells you the spectrum range. It doesn't tell you what the actual spectrum is, right? You need a spectrometer, and it's a very heavy equipment, heavy-duty equipment, to be able to measure that and make sure that it's consistent within the grow lights that you are building, which I'm not giving that fucking any type of that to the people selling the $112 1,000-watt LED replacement.
I don't think they have that equipment there.
on Amazon. Those guys aren't doing it.
They're just putting diodes on a board and putting it in a box and selling.
Okay, but let's talk about infrared. The plants need infrared. That I said it earlier. It helps the plants stretch. You need the plants to stretch. You guys notice a lot if you look on Instagram or maybe your friends grow that have LEDs, especially blurple LEDs that
Barney light.
They're like day 42 of veg, and the plant's 6 inches high because it has 0 infrared. The plant needs that to elongate.
Some of the better LEDs put infrared bulbs and UV in there.
Right.
But that cheap Chinese one is definitely not doing that.
And the plant absolutely needs that. And the heat on double-ended bulbs, the commercial 1150 watt, guess what that heat it comes off? It's
radiation.
20% infrared. So when they talk about that 20% of that that actual output comes off as heat, it's coming off as infrared.
And it increases metabolism. It makes the plant uptake more. You're going to have to use more nutrients. You're going to have to water more. You're going to get better return on your investment.
The radiation.
The return on investment for the LED, I mean, the math is there, but you better be set up for a long time. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
It's
for these
take 10 years to pay
for these move it and fucking guerrilla growers, like that's not your thing.
So
your thing is still the hit it.
So look at the visible spectrum I talked about, right? The 350 to 750. The infrared is on the low end. On the high end, it's UV. The plants absolutely need UV, especially cannabis plants, and increases THC and other cannabinoid production. It's been proven a plant that is exposed to UV from start that it has stronger resistance to pests, stronger resistance to disease, that it's a healthier plant, and it produces more THC because the cannabis plant sunscreen is fucking THC. When you need to go lather up when you're at the river drinking your fucking butt wipes and combing your mullet and thinking about your LED grow, right? You know all that shit you got to put on so you don't turn into a fucking red hot fucking Cheeto out there? That's what the plant does naturally with THC. From the UV.
It's a defense mechanism.
And it's not about exposing a bulb the last 2 weeks. It's proven, it's science, that the plant is better off with a longer exposure to UV than just small increments at the end or small increments during 4 or 5th week, right? So with that being said, LEDs don't produce that. So I don't use LEDs in flowering. And there's other reasons, too. Let's talk about footprint. Horty Chris, you look at footprints, or you know footprints, or you sell LEDs and HPSs. And I know that you got to walk a fine line, but let's just talk footprints.
You want a 600-watt light compared to like a 600-watt LED? Let's talk about the what you get. Even if you were just going to go standard bulb, not double-ended, all right?
All right, let's hear it.
Your par on that thing, you're looking at around... probably around 900 to 1200 par on a regular standard. Double or regular HPS. Thank you. Now for the LED to get to that, you're gonna have to buy probably what is equivalent to like a 630 watt. So right now you're already 30 watts over. And you're probably not going to get the same PPFD because you're not going to be able to get
which is the measurement to determine photosynthetic active radiation, the PAR.
And so you're not going to be able
photons.
You're not going to be able to get that same reading because you're going to have to keep it fucking farther away too, so that you're not burning the tops of your light because of so much of that available photosynthetic active radiation.
Light bleach isn't because of heat; it's because
of light toxicity.
Focus light.
It's because of focused light.
Too much.
And your diodes point straight down. Right? That's why we use them for fucking automotive headlights,
that's why they
right?
call it...
They point straight out, and they point straight out and nice and bright, but they don't disperse light to the left and right.
They call it spread for a regular standard bulb, and they call it straight down for fucking the LEDs. You're not getting the spread.
There's not many LED grows that I've seen pictures of or visited that can fill a screen of green properly. They have a bunch of fucking tall fucking branches coming up through right where the light is focused, and on the perimeter it's snarf. Yeah. They're not getting enough light. A reflected hood, a reflected light source like that allows you to spread it where you want it more efficiently. Plus, effectively, excuse me. But furthermore, talking about the PPFD, those lights are giving off about 18 to 2,000 PPFD. In flowering, the most a cannabis plant can really use, depending on strain, genetics, environment, all that, it's a maximum of 900. So you can't put your LED light, you can't put your Gavita light, you can't put your ceramic metal halide light right on the canopy for one, it diminishes spread, right? We already know LED doesn't have a spread, so it's just more focus right down there. But the ceramic metal halide reflected hoods and the Gavitas, you eliminated that spread, but you're going to fry your plants because it's just too much light. It's too much photon. So you, rather than focusing on what the PPFD is, what the UMOL is, what the Joule is, right? Energy in results in energy transfer to your plants, photosynthesis, plants becoming stronger, using the light properly, and it's easier and more effective to use double-ended lighting, especially for commercial. There's not many commercial grows that use LED lighting, and I'm sorry to say that. I think the technology is coming there, don't you, Horty?
We've been saying it for years on this show that it's
the pricing to come down on those cobs,
Right.
so you can have it spread out. Imagine an LED. If you had a 100 by 100 foot grow, that you could create a pattern, a ceiling of cob LEDs that drops to the proper height to give you that PPFD. That would be the most effective, but it's just too goddamn expensive to buy them right now.
It'd be nice, but yeah, it's cost too much.
Why
to
would
do
you
that.
spend $1 million in LEDs when you could buy $50,000 of double-ended and get the same effect?
Yep.
Right.
Or near the same effect. All right. 562-653-0707. Like I said, I don't hate LEDs, but hey, you got this shit ready? Let's go back to Upstate Grower because he enjoyed this debate a little bit.
I got it ready.
He's just sitting at home with a heart on right now.
And is this the one that drops the memes of our the science, or the ones with the
It's both.
The blurb below? Here we go.
It's a full flow. Me and Heavy couldn't decide on what was the better meme roll, so we fucking put them together.
There we go. Shout out again to Upstate
The
Grower.
remix.
He's our man out there. Heavy T's Grow Show on the one and only DFCRadio.com.
Don't shop on Amazon.
Call in, suckers.
What the hell?
Yeah, that was really bad.
That was great.
Solid.
Fuck the sound guy. Fuck him as.
There we go.
And when the caveman soil growers wanna talk about HFG, feel free to pay triple for LED. Yeah, LED, 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 yeah, LED. You just got ripped off LED. Say them Lurble Chinese, low price light can blow away my HID. How the fuck can they say that? LED. And when the caveman soil growers wanna talk about HLG, feel free to pay triple for LED. Yeah, LED, 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 yeah. Just got ripped off LED. Yeah, LED, 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 yeah, LED. Check how much it draws though, LED. Say the blurple Chinese, low price light can blow away my HID. How the fuck can they say that? LED. And when the caveman soil growers wanna talk about HLG, feel free to pay triple for LED. Yeah, LED, 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 yeah, LED. You just got ripped off LED. Yeah, LED, 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 yeah, LED. Check how much it draws though, LED.
Going down to your local hydro shop. Tell them Shunny sent you. That's right, Shunny with the green pad. More CO2 in your garden. More carbon, more weight, see? You need to get that weight up to pay me back, see, Shani? Go get the Green Pad Junior. Put on your cloning dome, see? You're gonna get some more roots faster. Cut days off your cloning time. More harvest year round. That's right, see? Activated by humidity. 35 to 50%, so make sure that's right, okay? Go to your local hydro shop, see?
That's right. Go there now. More root, more fruit, more fruit, more root.
That's right.
Yeah. Meow. Meow.
You are listening to the Heavy Tea Grow Show. Call in right now, 562-653-0707 for your chance to talk to Heavy Tea, Horty Chris, or Dr. Duffman. Killing it.
Hey man, your garden smells amazing this year. What are you doing different?
Haven't you heard? We've been using the Turpinator.
Did you say Turpinator like terpenes?
Yes, exactly. Turpinator is designed to increase your plant's terpenes, which are responsible for everything from how your plants smell to how much flavorful oils they produce. Basically, Turpinator is the one-stop shop for an overall quality increase for your fruits and flowers.
That's awesome. You know, I can tell the Turpinator has not only increased the oils in all your herbs and flowers, but it looks like it's going to increase your dry weight as well. And dude, don't even get me started on those crystals. They look like mini icebergs.
Well, you better hurry up and get on board. It's flowering season right now. And since Turpinator is made right here in Sonoma County, you can literally find it in any hydro store in town. Boost your plant's oils and bring out flavors that will drive your friends wild. Turpinator. Sticky is an understatement.
Happy birthday.
That was awesome.
Sorry, Horty. Game over.
Hey, Dr. Duff, are you signing up for another one of those internet dating sites after your divorce?
Nah, I'm just ordering these freaking douchebags from China here. Just gonna be saving a lot of money on it. About $1 a bag.
Did you say douchebags?
Yeah, they're pots. They're fabric pots. They're, made in China. They save $1 a bag from all the other.
Oh, it sounds like an imitation smart pot or something.
Yeah, save $1, but, I'm pretty sure these douchebags are going to work.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who used those same douchebags. He bought them direct from China. It killed his whole garden.
Bro, what? So I'm better off spending that extra $1 on a smart pot?
I'd get a smart pot.
Don't be a Duff man. Make sure to buy the original patented Smart Pot. Check them out at smartpots.com.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bringing the Rhizoblast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor and fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
Hey, yo, this is Spanky Hayes, motherfucking Spanky Hayes, funny motherfucking Spanky Hayes. Shout out to DFZRadio.com.
You may proceed with your questions, Mr. Matson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Smith, is it not true on the night of April the 20th, you took responsibility for 12 females, and that you immediately took those females and locked them in your basement?
Yeah, that's right. And you should have seen them, looking all pretty and such.
Yes, I'm sure they were. But could you tell the court what happened next?
I mean, I kept them down there, trying to keep them safe from the world.
But that's not all, is it?
What are you getting at?
What I'm getting at, sir, is those girls were kept in a potting soil that was so low in nutrients that they barely had enough to survive. Are these the same girls that you did not plant in Sanctuary Soils Empire Builder?
I didn't know about Sanctuary Soils Empire Builder.
You should have known that Empire Builder contains all the nutrients those plants needed, as well as beneficial bacteria and fungus. You should have known that the guanos, worm castings, and over 20 micronutrients in Empire Builder would keep those plants vigorous and healthy. And you should have known that once the plants were placed directly in Empire Builder, that all you had to do was to keep the plants watered and you would have seen amazing results.
I'm so sorry, I didn't know.
Well, you should have also known that Empire Builder is now available in 2 cubic foot bags as well as by the truckload. Your Honor, I rest my case.
I have no choice but to find the defendant guilty of not using Sanctuary Soils Empire Builder. Now get out of my courtroom.
Sanctuary Soils Empire Builder. For more information, go to sanctuarysoil.com. Sanctuary Soil. Using anything else is criminal.
Fuck going on, man? Nigga know how I'm rocking, man. I'm talking about black carpet event type shit, man.
We don't never stop at red lights at night, nigga. We don't never stop at red lights at night, nigga. 2 letters G and a D for all my right, nigga. 2 letters G and a D for all my right, nigga. And I'm sipping on Activist, big go to Sprite, nigga. And I'm blowing on Texaco, this shit came on a flight, nigga. And I'm so professional, tailor-made, precise, nigga. And I told my lad bitch that I love her, but I ain't gon' fight with you. It way too much money on my mind, these dead white people. Nigga, how to lay you the blood, I'ma lead a height, nigga. Cause you authentic, that pathetic, but I ain't white, nigga. I heard you like the credit, you ain't rockin' real right, nigga. No. But jumped out the chain game with a lot of pain. I just want a bad nigga for the fame. Yeah, that big baby, she for the game. Stack a star, gotta maintain. Play the smart nigga from the start.
FZRadio.com.
Big cities need a fast-paced life to grow. And in my fast-paced garden, I use the Big City Hydro Mix. It's available in bulk anywhere in California, organic certified, and made with calcium buffered cocoa. With a consistent pH, it works well with all container gardens and conventional feeding programs. Check with your local grow store for bags.
Check us out at bulksoil.com.
Heavy T hooked me up, man. Thanks.
That's right.
Hey, bro, your garden's looking sweet, man. What are you using?
Yeah, man, I'm using a premium.
Calcium to ensure your plants thrive. Backed by years of research, Cocotech Premium Cocoa Nutrients are specifically designed to support and enhance your cocoa core growing experience. Use Cocotech Premium Nutrients with Cocotech Premium Cocoa Core for optimum results.
Yeah, man.
That was awesome.
I tell you, this is the life.
Ever since we started working here at Sanctuary Soil, I couldn't be happier. It's nice to work at a place where they treat you like the artist that you are.
Tell me about it. So many places just throw you in the dirt, feed you junk, and drip water on your head.
Yeah, sounds more like torture than a job.
And how do they expect you to do great things when they don't give you the right tools? I can't do it if you treat me like garbage.
I hear ya. You give me the highest quality organic materials like woody biomass and grasses, put me in a healthy, clean...
The biological tea full of enzymes and other good stuff. You know, I get a little choked up just thinking about how all those customers are gonna benefit from the hard work we put into providing them with the best products available.
I just wish more companies were like Sanctuary Soil. It's nice to work with people who care about their customers and care about the environment.
Yeah, this is the life. Hey, I'm pretty full. Think it's about time to go make some magic, if you know what I mean.
Well, a worm's work is never done.
See you in a few.
You got anything to read? This could take a while.
Sanctuary Soil's Buckaroo brand premium worm casting, the all-in-one soil amendment that's safe for the environment, children, and pets. For more information and to see a list of current retailers, visit our site at sanctuarysoil.com.
What is? Hey, are you a soil grower and tired of using salt and synthetic-based fertilizers and not getting the results that you wanted? Well, for hydroponics, those products work great. But in soil, they suck. All those feeding schedules are out of range for what we think is good for soil growers. Mission Fertilizer is a new product on the market that's specific to soil gardening. They have a grow, bloom, and boost. It's a super premium organic 1 part grow, 1 part bloom, and 1 part boost. It's a feeding program that can be used in bagged soils like Ocean Forest and Happy Frog, Victory Mix, or Empire Builder, even Roots Organic, Royal Gold, and so forth. It can be used in any soil mix. Super simple to use, 1 part grow, 1 part bloom, and 1 part boost to get the most out of your garden. It's organic listed, pH stable, and safe to use with tap water. No need to ppm or EC or pH your tap water if you're mixing in Mission Fertilizer liquid. Go to missionfertilizer.com, grow the best, and see the proof is in the plants.
You are listening to Heavy T's Grow Show on DFZ Radio Network.
Down the West Coast, candy paint dripping cause I just got a fresh coat. California raised me, an LA baby, the Chevrolet raisin, scraping on Dayton's, frying down Rosecrans, get with the program, call me the drone man, the hydros pokes in. Got your eyes low, lower than the ocean, just west coasting through the coast, with the potion, and the best dro to smoke. The baddest bitches, girls in bikinis with ass titties. The hustle game easy, you just can't believe till you see me on TV. Drive down the wrong street, might see the tech smoke. Hop in the ride and let's go to the West Coast. This life is like a movie. You meet a model bitch, then you fuck her like a groupie. California, 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 yeah, the county of LA. California, California, Compton, California, yeah, the city where I was raised. Second son of Easy E, so don't be amazed. Same nigga, same flow, same mind frame. I'm all about the Lucci. Fuck minimum wage, cruising through these Cali streets, smoking on this OG. Cash rules everything around me, I need more cream. West Coast, get it in. What the fuck you think? Saying I'm riding with you, really though, this money in the bank. E3 hotter than the California forecast, burning up these tracks, nigga, I need more cash. Yeah, I'm a bona fide hustler. Fuck with my family or cash and I'ma cut ya. Real G's get it, that's only the obvious. Go against us, you know you facing the consequence. I love my state, but I really hate the politics. Better keep stepping, buddy boy, in a pile of shit. Yeah.
Yo. Am I on?
From the parking lot, man.
on?
Adrenaline
Of course.
drain, man.
The
They were
first
looking
voice
for
of my audience here is the fucking chef.
I just want to say the adrenochrome in my earbie has got me lit.
Don't even joke about that, bro. I just found out what that was. Someone mentioned it in a direct message to me, and I thought it was like a new type of LED. And I Googled it. And
It's serious. It's serious stuff.
Serious business. That's gross.
Come out of
Who knows if it's real? It's probably real. Anyways, Heavy T's Grow Show right here. You know how to take the wind out of my sails, Jack. Love you, Dr. Duff Gardner. Here we go. Hey, by the way, on the meme war, LED booth is above or below light depths now.
They're, I guess, directly, the end product sells for the same price, so they're equal in that regards, but I would still rather smoke light depths than LED booth.
Yeah, sun-grown weed. It's still the highest. It gets me the highest. It might not be the
it's the terps.
the
terps.
prettiest with the bag appeal because all the additional infrared and UV does break down some of the pigments and things.
And the dust.
But it gets you lit as fuck. Patrick knows about it, right? Patrick, what's going on? P. Diddy. Patrick.
What's up, dog?
What's up, player? We're here, man. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, you're on the air.
You're on the air, dude.
What's up, bud? I just
What's up,
I just sat through 30 minutes of commercials. I'm hoping people are still listening. What's up?
I think
Not
you
much,
said,
man.
I hope people are still listening.
Are you calling in? You got a question?
What's up, bud? We're talking about LED, right?
Yeah. Whatever you want to talk about, dude. The floor is yours.
The floor is mine. Okay. Well, no, I was talking to my boy Black Market Cultivators on Instagram, and I was just telling him, like, LED's got its place. I mean, not everybody's growing in a warehouse. People are growing in weird spaces, and LED has its application. I'm growing in 3x3s. I grow with 2 quantum boards, and it's more practical than running an open-ended bulb. Like, not everybody's going to run an open-ended bulb in every space.
Okay, no, absolutely.
Yep.
And it's a good replacement watt for watt, right? So an open-ended bulb, like what wattage LED are you running? Or the
I'm running two quantum boards. I'm running in 260 watts.
So you're at 520 watts draw, right?
Say again?
You're at 520 watts draw. That's how much energy you're pulling
You're
out
running
of the wall.
260s.
I'm pulling 260 in a 3x3.
Total.
So 2 130s.
Total, yeah, but
Okay.
yeah,
so,
but I'm getting more than a gram a watt.
Okay, and that's awesome, and that's probably a correlation more to you being able to control the environment and make sure that your environment's on point, which you can do the same thing with the 250 watt high pressure sodium. The open bulb has no bearing on anything different, right? So if a 250 watt high pressure sodium open bulb pulling about the same you are, with your genetics and you're able to control it, my assertion is that you will pull about the same gram per watt that you are now. Okay? And so someone that wants to invest $200 into a ready-to-use, plug-and-play, 250 watt high pressure sodium will be able to do the same thing that you're doing with a 260 watt because it's energy in and your output from the plants, right? It takes that energy and converts it.
Correct. So, but as a consumer, when I'm looking at purchasing something, I want to know dollar per watt. Like, what am I paying for?
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, HPS, I'm going to pay less dollar per watt on a bulb, but like for a 260 watt, for like if you go to Horticultural Lighting Group and you get 2 quantum boards for a 3x3, and you pay I guess it comes out to about $360. You're paying a little bit more, but like you're guaranteed to get over a gram a watt. You're going to pull over 300 grams, and you're not going to have to worry about an open-ended bulb in a small in a tight space.
Well, a 260 watt LED produces the same heat as a 250 watt HPS. Actually, the 250 watt produces less because it's less wattage. The wattage that it actually draws is what determines the heat. Okay,
But I can't buy a 250 watt HPS, can I? I mean, there's not anything on the market.
Yeah, they make a 250.
For 3x3, you're going to look at a 315, or you're going to look at a
No, there's a 250 watt.
That's about as low as you're going to go.
No,
there's a 250 watt HPS.
There's even a 150 watt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and
you can do two 150s and get a better spread.
With the bulb, investment is anywhere from $150 to $200 for a ready-to-use plug-and-play system. Okay, and it's going to create the same amount of heat. It's going to draw the same electricity, actually less because you're 260 instead of 250, but it's going to draw that much electricity because you're built kilowatts per hour. So you're using 0.25 kilowatts or 0.26 kilowatts, and that's how fast your meter's spinning. So you're not going to pay less in energy. It's going to give off the same heat, except the LEDs give it off on the top of the boards with the heat sinks or through the drivers, not through the light actually. And the bulb is the heat source for the HPS. So let's say, for instance, you had a smaller area, like a 3x3 area, and in this circumstance, I'm going to tell you, Patrick, would be awesome for LED, that it had a shorter ceiling, right, where you had to slam your LED down And let's
Is in a
hope,
basement or
let's hope that
understairs
it's
or
not
something.
going
Or
to
in a
fry your
cabinet or
plants
something.
from the amount of actual light output that you're putting in terms of U-mole, Joule, and so forth, to the PPFD that we talked about earlier. And the radiant heat is just going to dehydrate your plants and take them down.
Right.
Okay?
If you have to keep the light close to the plants, the heat going off the top of the light instead of coming off the front of the light down towards the plants
Thank you. That's
would
what I was trying to
definitely
say.
be
Dab got me.
would definitely be
But it's the same heat. It's
better,
just-
but you're still
it's just going
it's
different
still heat.
directions.
It's just different directions.
So in a grow area that's enclosed, right? The heat accumulates. It doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go into thin air. They're going to produce the
Yeah,
same
but if
heat.
you're working in a smaller space, you don't want that heat directly on your canopy because you need space in between your light and your canopy.
No, if you can,
I mean, it's just
if you can displace the heat by fans or air circulation, that's one way to do it, and you don't have to air circulate it out of the tent. You just and I recommend having airflow across your canopy. Wouldn't you
I
agree?
think
as
you
a
guys
grower?
are just trying to kill everybody's business. Their LED.
We got a guy.
You mean like we raised the prices?
No,
You guys are trying to fuck people up.
I'm not trying to fuck anyone up. I'm just speaking the truth. I'm just speaking the truth, Patrick.
I tried
Patrick,
that.
don't be mad at me that you're using an LED and you're doing well, and that I've acknowledged that you're doing well. I
just care that I get a grandma on it. Like,
okay,
and I think the point that they're trying to make is that people who are using LEDs are claiming that the LED uses less power than an equivalent HPS, which it doesn't, and that it produces less heat, and that it doesn't. No one's saying that you can't grow quality flower and get a decent yield
let's give
with
an
an
example
LED.
then. Let's give so Green Gene, who is a somebody on YouTube that Pacific Lighting concepts.
Mm-hmm.
They do a $800 fixture or $900 fixture.
I'm not
and
familiar with
I
it, but-
believe it pulls around 600 watts. Direct
So it's not an 800 watt fixture.
It's a 600 watt fixture.
And he's claiming micromoles per joule.
You
that
just
you're
said
gonna get more efficiency, right, at 600 watts to equal the 1,000 watt because it's more efficient.
No, and
That's marketing
So
tactic.
you're gonna get more grams per watt.
No.
Because of the efficiency.
Okay,
right?
so
I'm just saying that's the.
Okay,
that's the
But
pitch, or
your
that's the-
electrical bill is going to be the same if you're going watt for watt.
Right, but you're not going to be. Joule is a rating of energy efficiency, right? And yeah, you can create more photon, right, off the source. The what a joule, a micromole measures is visible light. Cannabis plants need more than the visible light. They don't produce infrared. They don't produce enough UV. So how are you going to tell me, as a cannabis grower, that you're going to produce more or better quality flower, which we have all used all of these lights, through an LED if they don't produce those two factors? You know what every outdoor grower does? Every outdoor farmer does? Why the season is for planting plants? The summer, not just the photo periods, it's the UV index. The sun is closer, the UV is higher. UV is a necessary component, especially for cannabis. Cannabis produces more THC when exposed to more UV. PPFD, micromole, joule does not measure that. And a joule, you could say a joule is a very energy efficient. I could be efficient at producing a 300 nanometer direct red light and have a higher joule. Joules do not measure the actual spectrum. They do not measure how much of each wavelength is there. They just measure the visible light, which is photon, which the plants need for photosynthesis. But to say that green dude or whoever it was is saying that you're going to take 500 watts or 600 watts and produce what 1,000 watt is, we have done the test, my man. We have put them side by side. Big growers that are investing millions of dollars, you don't think that they fucking put this side by side? They take those signs. They have people that make a lot more than we do, have forgot more about lighting than any one of us on the phone or at this table will ever know. Look at the data, test it, and they invest in the alternative. They invest in double-ended lighting because plants need, specifically cannabis plants, need more. Now, if you're getting a gram a watt and you're using a high-quality LED, we talked about this earlier, that LEDs are well on their way to producing high quality flower. They're already there. You're an example of that. You're getting a gram a watt in that same environment. If you're able to get the same PPFD, the same PPF, the photon flux, right? The photosynthetic photon flux, hang your light at the appropriate where that PPF, the PPFD is 900, the plant is going to produce a gram a watt with the HPS.
And in regards
With any light.
in regards to HLG, Steven from HLG, I've tested LEDs that some of the first ones he put out, and I totally came on this show and told people that I was impressed with it compared to every other single LED I had ever tried.
I really like that
and
light, too.
he tells me, "Oh, you thought that one was decent? I wouldn't even recommend using that anymore because of what we have now." So I can only imagine that if he's telling me that, it's that much better. And I was one of the first people to endorse HLG Lighting Group and what they were trying to do with the lighting technology. So, and I'm not saying it's bad. It's just there's myths to it, and the myth that you can replace a 1,000-watt light with a light that produces only draws 300 watts, and that it's not going to be as hot. Because it's LED, it's not going to be as hot because it's only 300 watts.
Yeah,
and
that's
if you
a
put
factor.
3 of them in the room where you had 1,000 watts before, you're going to produce almost the same amount of heat.
And if you're
you're going to use the same amount of electricity. Your electricity bill for 1,000 watts of LED versus your electricity bill for 1,000 watts of HPS or 1,000 watts of fucking incandescent light or fluorescent lighting, your electricity cost is going to be the same, and the amount of heat that you're going to generate in the area that is in is also going to be the same.
And let's look at this through.
Well, guys, I would say that I like that you're the memes and the radio show and is contradicting what the stat is right now. I like that you guys are.
Well, let's do the stat. You're getting a gram a
because
watt.
I don't have enough knowledge.
You're getting a gram a watt at 260 watts, right? Any good grower with the HPS 1,000 watt is going to get 2+ pounds. That's over a gram a watt.
You guys.
Any good grower with a single HPS 1,000 watt will get over 2 pounds, which is over a
My
gram a watt.
partner was really upset because we got a little over 2 pounds a light last time, and he was like, "We need to do better like we did last time."
Yeah, so a gram a watt's a good goal, and you're hitting it.
Yeah, so be happy.
But let me ask you this, Patrick. How much did that setup cost you? How much did you put into it?
I mean, the light was like maybe 340, 350.
Okay.
I mean, and that was the most of the expense of the light, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah. And the same
I mean,
with the other one.
So the way that I look at it as a consumer, right?
Mm-hmm.
I look at it like, all right, if it's a 260 watt light, I'm only paying 350. I don't feel like I'm getting ripped off. I agree that some of these lights that are 500 watts and you're paying 1,200. I mean, you're paying double a watt.
Well, let me ask you this then: if you paid $350 for a 260 watt light and you got a gram of light, and someone else paid $120 for a 250 watt HPS and got the same amount as you, and it was almost 3 times cheaper, would you feel like you got ripped off then, or would it just be that because it's only $350, it doesn't matter, it's okay?
I've never came across a 250 watt ballast.
Well, they're out there.
I mean, just
It's called the
maybe
Sunburst
I just
Digital.
haven't looked hard enough, but
It's a Sunburst
I mean,
Digital.
you know what I mean?
They're-
I've never come across.
Well, you probably weren't looking for it.
It's
You were
actually
looking
it's
for
250 and 400 watts. It does metal halide and HPS.
It's switchable, yeah. The and
I run
but let's extrapolate
315
that,
and that's
Patrick.
too hot.
Well, it's more wattage. That's why you can't control more wattage equals more heat, and you can't control the higher heat. And we'll tell you every time, environment is the number one factor for success. So if you try to up the wattage to 315 and you can't control it, hell yeah, you're gonna do better at 260. You're gonna produce better. You're gonna do the same at 250, maybe even a little better, because the wattage is what is dictating the environment.
Well, and the
because
heat's not directly going into my canopy too. I mean,
But
right?
if it's an enclosed area, it goes up. And then what happens as it accumulates over a 12-hour photo period? You think that it
but I'm
just...
less likely to have hot spots and.
I'll give you
with-
that.
you
You
know,
are less
with the open air bulb.
likely to have directed heat.
And in
down.
your
But if you hang
specific
it in the right area.
situation, a 315, you didn't have success with it. 260 LED was way better for you. So in your situation, the LED makes sense for you. But if you think that the LED is going to be better than something of the equivalent wattage,
or that your situation, what's best for you, is going to be better for everyone,
right?
You're missing the point.
That's and that's missing the point. And the thing about the LEDs is,
yeah, they're killing LED businesses everywhere right now. You know that, right?
What
they're killing themselves because they're bullshitting.
Well, what's all these DIY businesses?
You know you know what's made LED like drag its feet through the industry and not be as popular as it should be is because from the beginning, all of them claimed that they could replace 1,000 watts with a third or a tenth of the wattage, and that the results were better, and the plants were this and they were that, and it wasn't true.
No,
and they kept telling you it produced less heat and that it used less power.
And if it's
that's how it's always been.
The reason why LED is not made ready for prime time yet is because of manufacturing. The demand hasn't equaled the supply. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
are you old enough to hold on?
Cost hasn't.
Is he old enough to remember a UFO?
The price will come down.
As the cost comes down, the more people will use them. But the reason that everybody that's been in the game a long time tries to call these people out is because their marketing is based on bullshit. Period. And when you say that your 600 watts replaces 1,000 watts, it doesn't.
Well, and cost is, Patrick's point, cost is a big factor. Let's extrapolate what he's doing, $120 to $180 for a 250-watt high-pressure sodium in the same area, right, compared to 340. It's not a huge difference till you start extrapolating that you can get a 250-watt, 1150 double-ended. Let's say you want to set up a 100-lighter. That is $250 where the equivalent draw and output LED is almost $1,400. Right. It's 7 times the price, and you're setting up large areas. But if LEDs were that much better, how much money these people are investing and have available, they would be setting up the LEDs. It's because the return on investment, they run the numbers. It doesn't hold water. Hold on, we.
Let me
hold on, Patrick. Hold on, Patrick. Because let's go to the next. Just Patrick, stop real quick because we'll go to the next question. But we have a guy that actually knows about what the cost of LEDs and the reason why they're expensive.
Well, I mean, really, I was just thinking about the point that he said that this is killing LED manufacturing across the nation right now. The crazy thing is it's still in such a high demand right now. It's because of what you said. People are using it in custom situations. When I'm doing a commercial build out, and you already said this is more for a unique situation, but they're not asking about LEDs right now. They're asking about return on investment immediately, and that's where the double-ended light comes in. Now, when you were talking about the LEDs in a home use, like if you're in that situation and you're going to spend that kind of money and you think that you're going to get the exact same power savings for a 600-watt LED versus what you would get off a 600-watt HPS, it's not. You're still going to be paying for the same amount of electricity usage in power consumption for HVAC as well. And if you're factoring that into the power consumption, and into your end savings, it's just a marketing ploy.
But LEDs are less maintenance as far as you don't have to switch out bulbs and reflectors ever. So, yes, an LED will eventually pay for itself because you don't have to buy bulbs. A 250-watt high-pressure sodium bulb you can get for $15.
But do you drive a Prius or not?
So you save that $15 every year that you have to change it out. You spend $200 more. You do the math.
Well,
it's
heavy
13 plus years to have it return that $200 to you.
Another thing about it too that sucks is, say you are setting up a big system and the LED does cost 7 times more than the HPS does in initial cost, but you'll get it back eventually. Man, in 2 years, that one you paid $1,400 for probably won't even be $400, and there will be stuff that's 5 to 10 times better than what you bought. So to go
100%, it's not ready for prime time.
Right.
In that way, you're 100% right.
To go and buy a Pentium 1 computer for
cultivation situation. LED has its place.
Right, you're not going to go out there and buy the new Gavita 730 watt in your tent,
Don't ever think we're killing DIY. We're not killing any DIY.
Technology that can emerge that's going to be better, more efficient.
Yes.
Not.
Well, don't always think that technology and society is moving forward. That there's always something better on the horizon. You don't think in instances in society or
like old
in
cars
any
are
way
better than new cars sometimes?
In any way that a pinnacle has been reached and you're on the downslope, don't be under the illusion in life at all, people, that you think that the future is always going to be better, that we're always moving to a better result.
Because when we get to that 1,000-watt LED, guys, hey,
oh,
newsflash, it's going to be 5,000 BTUs to cool that motherfucker.
Right.
Newsflash.
Hey, bro, one of the main reasons I bought the car that I have is because it has LED technology, from the headlight to the license plate bulb. Every single LED in the car, every light in the car is an LED. And when I drive other cars now at night, I'm like, how the fuck can people even see?
Do you say
my
40% on gas?
No, but it does. My battery in the car has lasted like 7 years. I'm thinking maybe it's because it's a smooth power delivery.
The
or
LED
something,
pulls,
right? Yeah.
pulls
And I
right
don't have to
back.
replace bulbs, which is nice. You never get pulled over because your taillight's out. If a cop's like, you know why I pulled you over? No, I don't. Because you got a taillight out. I can be like, no, I don't, because I have LED lights.
But if
and
one
they don't burn
diode
out.
if one diode goes out,
Oh, it's like $5,000 to replace it. Yeah, so you just trade the car in.
you
at
got
that
to
point.
send the car back to Germany to
Yeah.
have it replaced.
You just trade it in at
and
that point.
And meantime, you have to buy another car just to keep
I
your
think-
fucking driving career
I
going.
think a new company just came out that sells replacement taillights for the car that you rewire, and they have regular bulbs in them, so you can afford to get a new one.
But I'll say this, Patrick.
Guys, I like that you're going against the grain. I like that you guys are speaking up on this. I like that you guys are.
I appreciate that,
are
man.
creating conversation about it, and
I appreciate
it's good
that.
conversation.
I appreciate you. And the do-it-yourself guys, DIY guys, they're not in it just because they're trying to build. They are trying to build a better grow light, and they want to do it themselves. HPS metal
It's a
halide
hobby.
ceramic metal halide is ancient technology from like fucking like the 20s and 30s, dude.
And you can build your own those too if you want.
Dude, no, but that's not as fascinating as using a soldering gun and making a YouTube video and watching fucking.
They found
Danger
HPS
Mouse
lights
or
in the pyramids, dude. They found
whoever
HPS lights in the pyramids.
You know, all of that. It's tinkering. it's like, okay, you know, you're building an awesome fucking RC car, right? But still, that's not everyone's cup of tea. Some people just want to go buy a fucking car at Target and drive it around, and their fun level or whatever it is. And that might be a bad example, but you understand what I mean.
Get smashed into the wall without it
it's
breaking.
tinkering, and it's people that want to be mechanically stimulated. The do-it-yourself guys.
And if
it's
you're-
a Tim the Tool Time Taylor.
If you're on a budget and you want to run an LED and you're going to spend your whole budget on buying an LED that's pre-manufactured, I would suggest that you look into building your own LED and saving that extra couple bucks that you can spend on other stuff that you need in your garden too, right? If you only have enough money to buy a light and can't afford to buy all the other stuff you need to make the grow work, maybe you should be building your own LED. At least you're getting it cheaper.
And I'll tell you right now, Patrick, I would, if I were you,
and
don't
just
change a
called
damn
me
thing.
broke?
If what you're producing
not broke, don't
off
fix
your
it.
low wattage light, no matter what type of source, I'm not telling you to go buy a HPS. I'm just saying for the other people out there, listen, we're a grow show. We try to let people know we own hydro shops. We work in this industry, and we have these people running up to us that this is what they need to do, and they will not listen to us that is not the only solution. You have solved your issue of growing. You are growing. Everyone should be growing their own.
Yep.
Good on you. You're killing the game, getting a gram a watt off 260 watts. Perfect. Don't switch. I'm not telling you to fucking switch. I'm just saying the guy out there that's looking to get set up, you can do it.
You don't have to go get a
right.
You know.
Right. If you
Yeah.
want to and you want to go down that road, but if you only have $150 in your pocket and you're struggling to pay the fucking rent and you want to grow your
Yeah, you're
own,
still gonna grow dang.
and you're just like, dude, I'm not gonna go buy one of these HPSs because if I save up another 6 months to pay $200 more, I'm gonna do this much better. No, that's not true.
Well, you guys gotta have somebody on that's a little bit more knowledgeable than me, but and I will be listening.
Hey, we've
because,
interviewed Steven from
this show's a
HLG
good
several
show, and I
HLG
appreciate
several
you guys
times. Go
taking
in
the
our
conversation.
archive. Steven from HLG, he comes on and we don't like we talk about what he's doing and we give him props all over and he's providing it, but he will acknowledge most of the stuff that we're saying.
There's quite a few interviews on the archives with Steven from HLG, from being a guest on the show and being a phone-in guest
And being a sponsor.
Yeah, and being a sponsor. You know how many LED people wanted to sponsor this show in the early days, and we would be like, give us a light to test, and if it's decent, we might let you sponsor the show. And they would either not give us a light to test or give us one, and we'd be like, yeah, no, we're not interested, and here's your light back. But Steven came around and gave us a light to test.
It actually worked.
And it worked, and so we were like, not only do we want you to come back on the show, but if you'd be interested in being our first ever LED sponsor, we stand behind that. The claims that you made were factual, and they weren't marketing bullshit.
Yeah.
And that's all we're trying to tell you.
Him and Jair from Gavita, when we had them on interviewing, and not at the same time, but that's what really stimulated me to gain more knowledge about lighting. And this is years and years ago, dude. And just the same as you're stimulated by learning about LEDs and stuff, do the research and just look at it, what we're saying. What we're saying is factual. We're not it's not fake news. We're not trying to mislead anyone. We're not trying to kill any industry. We just want people to fucking have the facts. And this all started with a meme about a supposed 1,000-watt replacement that for $100 or $112, obviously you can't produce that in a diode, right? For that cheap. If you do it yourself, you know how much those diodes cost. And we're like, people, please pay attention to the draw, not what the ad says. So, nonetheless, Patrick, I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to send you some Green Pads Original. You hang that up in your 3x3 area. More CO2, it increases photosynthesis. You need water, you need light, which you got. You got a lot of it. And you need CO2. If you're already infusing CO2, the Green Pads will help those tanks last longer, those burners to come off less in anyone's garden. They're activated by the humidity in your garden, and of course, we should be about 75 to 80, 50, 55% relative humidity. Those green pads will rain CO2 down on your plants, and they last 2 or 3 weeks per pad. So one $34 pack gets you 8 weeks of CO2, man. They're awesome. I'm going to send those to you and some Turpinator to help make your plants more dank, more fire. Turpinator.com, more resin.
Should we play it one more time for Patrick?
Oh, do we need to play the LED song for you, Pat? All right, here we go. And by the way, listen to the words, Pat.
Buddy,
it's not
okay?
attacking you. We're talking about the blurples. One more time.
Yeah, yours is white or yellow.
Low price light can blow away my HID.
You guys are trying to hurt everybody's LED businesses. You guys are super vicious. Trying to hurt everybody.
Nothing but love, brother.
315.
Yeah. Why are you trying to put everybody out of business? Fuck up. That's fucked up.
Patrick with his 215.
Go into the hydro shop and stay off Amazon LED.
I get a gram per watt. 260.
Patrick used the 260 LED.
Girl Mouse is gonna be pissed off.
Girl Mouse, yeah.
Girl Mouse has been on the show too. He's awesome, dude. He teaches people how to do it right, but it is expensive. Oh well. It won't be the first or last time I made someone mad.
He loves us.
He probably doesn't. We grow. Does the mouse grow? I don't know. I don't got enough time to watch fucking 20-minute YouTube videos. I'm like in the 2 to 3 minute range.
Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that.
Not enough weed to calm this AD.
Let's talk to Dave. What's up, Dave?
Hello, what's going on?
Well, we're just out here conducting an experiment, a social experiment with LEDs.
We're gonna show out. By the way, none of the.
You can help me out.
All right, go ahead.
I have a garage drawing in a tent, like a 2x2x4.
Yeah.
LED light. I know. Shit. Don't fucking tear me up right now. I'm growing with LED light. It's a cob light.
That's okay.
300 watt. And some of my plants kind of died. I'm not looking to take care of it, right? But I need help with a better run, second attempt.
What's the temperature like in the tent? Are you exhausting the air, or is it sealed with air
Well,
conditioning?
I got a little kit. I got the exhaust. I got it's going about between 84 to 72-ish.
No,
I'm
that's
trying
not.
to keep it cool, but it's kind of hard in the garage.
That's not bad. Does it exhaust right into the garage, or does it exhaust like out of the garage out a window?
It just goes in the garage right now.
It might be that it doesn't have fresh air or not enough CO2 because it's just
okay, so
recirculating
vent
in there.
it out more, okay? Instead of having it vented in the closed area garage, vent it out.
If you have it have an intake on it where it's sucking in some fresh air from a window or blowing the exhaust out the roof or something.
Right now, just have it just blowing out of the tent.
Because if it's just blown out of the tent's in the garage.
Oh, in the enclosed area?
And it's not getting
and
any
the
fresh
heat
CO2.
accumulates, and then what happens in the little box in the middle
like
called the
3
grow
fans
tent?
going on in there, so it's circulating air in there. But again, all the shit I've been hearing you guys talk about, there's like an oven still in there.
Well, yeah, it needs fresh, cool, fresh air.
Well, you have
if you're not going to do
confirmed.
that, you got to use
It
air
is a fucking
conditioner
oven.
and CO2.
When it's during the daytime, I do open it up so there's cool air flowing through there, so it keeps it cool that way. But at nighttime, when it's or actually in the daytime when it's, I guess, sleeping.
Do you run your
it's
lights
on a cycle.
during night or day?
It's on the what is that 18.6?
No, he wants to know what time you run your lights.
Oh, okay. I run it from it runs from 4 to 10.
4 p.m.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you're already running your lights at the right time to keep it cooler when the brightest part of the sun's out. So I would just stick with the fresh air where you bring in some fresh air and exhaust it, because if it's just accumulating in there, I can only imagine how the plant's got to suffer if you don't introduce CO2 with a controller or with the green pads or some kind of system.
I don't even know what a green pad is.
It's okay.
Yeah, well, it's just like, do you know what CO2 is? That plants.
I'm a beginner grower, so this is my first attempt. So.
Well, plants breathe CO2, and people breathe oxygen. So
Yes.
all the CO2 in your garage could be getting absorbed by the plants, and then they're just suffocating. The little mouths on the bottom of the leaves, the stomata,
okay. I get
they
you.
only open when there's enough
Yeah.
CO2. If there's not enough,
I got you.
they're got to close, and the plant's got to be stunted. So it just needs to have a constant flow of fresh air. And
Yes.
just pulling from the garage and going back into the garage, it doesn't sound fresh.
Hey, you know those little outlets you got in your garage with the little screen and the mesh on them and shit?
Yeah.
Take your
I
ducting.
do.
Take your ducting and attach it to your inline fan and bring some fresh air in from there into your grow. And while at the same time, if you're evacuating, find the other little outlet and have the heat coming out of your tent leaving one. So bring fresh air in and some hot air out on the other side. That's going to help you so much right now. We're probably going to drop you a couple degrees.
Okay, that'd be good. I need to get that fresh air in from that.
And then the next thing is to get a carbon filter, because while you're exhausting that
Oh,
air,
I
you're
got
going to
that.
be stinking up
I
the
have one of
neighborhood.
those already.
Okay, good stuff.
But again, it's just a small ass tent, though. I still think I need. It's like a 2 by 4. So I'm thinking, maybe I need to be taller or a bigger grow room.
Oh yeah, always bigger grow room. I mean,
Yeah, the bigger the
upgrade.
bigger the grow, the more you're gonna
Then
get.
you can buy more LEDs. Throw more money. No, we're
Well, I'll try the other way too. As soon as I can afford that, I'll go that route. But right now, since the first time grower, I'll go with what I got.
every grow store,
But,
you go
if
to
you
is
help
gonna
me out
have.
that way. That's good. So we draw some fresh air in there.
Yeah, let me make a recommendation. Every grow store you go to is gonna have a used light better than anything you could get off of LED Amazon.
I don't know. Use light.
Yeah, not a bad. It's not a bad option.
I don't know if I
Better
use
than
one of
LED.
those because I hear that you can have some fucking bugs or mold from someone else's shit.
Okay, shit. Well,
I don't know. It could because it's a thought.
no, yeah, you sound like you're taking all the precautions.
No,
man.
it could happen. Yeah.
No,
Keep it
I
sterile.
got this guy down the street, my neighbor, dude McLovin, or he's kind of
McLovin?
to me, but I'm fucking being stubborn. But at the same time, is I do what I can afford.
Yep. Sure enough. Tell McLevin we said, what up, player? Hey,
Yeah,
good
yeah.
old good
He's telling me about this show.
good old Jim. We love that dude. And for you, Dave, listen, I had to take a piss because the last guy took up so much time. But anything that you need with your help with your grow, you can call in. And I always say this, man. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. There's a lot of different ways to get there. And we have tried and been successful in a lot of them. We've settled on what works best for us. But you call in, too. What works best for you? Whether it's your lighting, whether it's your because this right here, this is a platform, no topics off limit. You can call in and be like, hey, Heavy T, you're full of shit. I'm going to give you your airtime. We're going to talk about it. But also, you can say this is what works best for me, because this is how people learn. And we're about trying to help people.
I'm trying to grow this shit year round for myself. For me, it's medication. So
You see my ankle, how big it is right now.
trying to keep it
I need some
alive.
CBDs. All right.
Well, it sounds like they're breaking up, that's all.
Hey, so what I didn't hear, it was Dave of Soil Hydro guy.
Hello? Well, yeah, I'm here.
Are you a Soil, David?
Yeah, I need soil. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Okay, I'm going to send you the smart pots, dog. Listen,
yeah.
Dave. Yeah, somehow I don't think he can hear me very well, but Dave, I'm going to send you the complete line of mission fertilizer, some smart pots, as well as, what else do I got?
Green pads.
Some green pads.
You need CO2 in there.
Yeah.
Okay, green pads. Let's do that. All right. Hey, Dave, did you hear that? You're back, Dave. Hey, you can't hear me very well, but you got mission fertilizer, smart pots, and green pads.
I don't know what's going on. Sorry. Man, I do appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, man. Talk to Mark. We're going to get your info, send that stuff out to you.
All right.
All right, brother. 562-653-0707. Andrew's calling in with a shout out. Shout. What up?
Hi, I'm Andrew.
Andrew said, I don't
What's
like.
up, man?
What up?
Hey, man, I just wanted to give Hydroponic Chef a shout out. My magical butter machine just came through in the mail.
Finally, someone received a motherfucker.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Mark's doing his job.
Where's mine?
Black Market Cultivators is going to hit up about magical butter machine.
Hell yeah, Andrew. I'm glad you're enjoying that. What's the first thing you're going to cook?
I'm not even sure. I've been thinking about some pasta, but I'm kind of dry right now, so I gotta
what you
wait.
got,
I haven't
player?
even got a chance to use it yet.
Oh man, what city you out? What city you out
I ain't
of?
dry July.
I'm right here in Visalia, California.
All right. Well, shit, man. We know that's a fucking dry county up there. They're hating on. They're hating on all dispensaries and deliveries and everything out there. So, man.
Yeah, it's all bad right here.
fight that local bureaucracy, man. Cut the red tape and get some shit figured out for you guys. In the meanwhile, check out cbdmealclub.com and you can purchase some in-box CBD meals right now, and then they'll arrive at your house and you can medicate responsibly with some CBD. cbdmealclub.com.
Nice plug.
Thank you, Heavy, for this.
We'll edit that shit out. Don't worry. Hey, but we have sponsorship packages available for CBD meal companies or anyone that wants to advertise further on Heavy T's Grow Show or DFZ Radio for that matter.
That's me, you guys. That's CBD Meal Club.
No shit, it's you. I guess since you pay me to do this show, that's actually sponsorship.
Is what he meant.
What
he meant was way to go, Devin.
Dev, you got some other big info, man. You got picked up the Farm to Table chef show by High Times TV, man.
Shit, we got picked up because now every fucking week you can catch DFZ Radio's Farm to Table Cannabis show on the High Times TV network. They play all of our replays on there, and you should call them and tell them to pay us because we're fucking awesome.
As soon as you get paid, we get paid.
And then as soon as we get paid, DFZ Radio gets paid, and Heavy T Show gets on the High Times TV show.
All right, then. I'm already on there, man. Why do I want to be on their shit? I created my own network.
I know. I hear you. It just quadruples listenership and encourages
Do
sponsorship.
you remember that Unc-Emo's on my network?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all right. 562-653-0707. Let's get down with it. Wide open phone lines. I got a lot of stuff to give away, including things from Blue Lab. I have a pH pen to give away, a 1,000-watt double-ended bulb from Nanolux, some smart pots, some green pads, another full line of Mission fertilizer, and a gallon of Turpinator, as well as their new garden spray. I'll tell you more about that after this break. It's Heavy T's Grow Show on the one and only DFZ Radio.
Thanks for calling in, Andrew.
.com.
.com.
Yeah. Setup call. At least I fucking don't set up my calls, sucker.
Put that on my mom, it wasn't. Put that on my child, it wasn't.
Oh, Jesus. Don't do that. You're about to get some Andrew calls.
Smoking all the time, rolling all the time, shopping all the time, yeah. Big split smoker, don't need no bowler. So roll my doja, I can first show ya. Big stage older, Christmas cola. Sticky as the growers, we gon' teach more up. We gon' see more bud, pockets on forest. Yeah, they cheer for us, cause we got more of what they want in store plus. If I can't fly, I'ma puff till I soar up. Good day for 'em. The way I run these trees, you could say I run forest. Yeah, I run for it, run toward it. Haters can't ignore it. All that ladies love it. It's so euphoric. They so blatantly adore. Bumping all the cuts as we cruising to the night. Like that cut from DJ Quick, cause it's going down tonight. Just slide another split so I can hit it while I ride. And shorty looking swift, I'ma hit it while I drive. We so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high.
Fire up another split. Take a hit, show life I'm fucking with. And I'd be lying if I said my life is perfect. I'm hurting inside enough for me to catch a birdie. Lungs turning black smoke till my chest is burning. Can't hold back, I'm high till the morning. We brew money, it's the only thing that levels me. You can call it remedy, but never gets the best of me. Twist to get it lifted while I'm shipping to the bitches. Got me feeling like the richest, I'm on it, so get with it. Flipping on that killing soul, smoking with a privilege. Take it high, then the gift is so don't mind if I'm tripping. Gotta keep my hustle up, so I smoke the top shelf. If your lungs are strong, they'll smoke with somebody else. I need that good, burning like wood should. I good wood, burning like good wood should. So high, can't touch the ground. Look at me, I'm Superman. I wanna go up, light the blunt, light it up and have so much fun. So high, can't touch the ground. Look at me, I'm Superman. I wanna go up, light the blunt, light it up and have so much fun.
We so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high, smoking all the time, rolling all the time, chopping all the time. Yeah, we so high. DFZRadio.com.
Yo, it's BKJ on Team King, and you listening to DFZ Radio. What?
Hey man, your garden smells amazing this year. What are you doing different?
Haven't you heard? We've been using the Terpinator.
Did you say Terpinator like terpenes?
Yes, exactly. Terpinator is designed to increase your plant's terpenes, which are responsible for everything from how your plants smell to how much flavorful oils they produce. Basically, Terpinator is the one-stop shop for an overall quality increase for your fruits and flowers.
That's awesome. You know, I can tell the Terpinator has not only increased the oils in all your herbs and flowers, but it looks like it's going to increase your dry weight as well. And dude, don't even get me started on those crystals. They look like mini icebergs.
Well, you better hurry up and get on board. It's flowering season right now. And since Terpinator is made right here in Sonoma County, you can literally find it in any hydro store in town. Boost your plant's oils and bring out flavors that will drive your friends wild. Terpinator. Sticky is an understatement.
That was awesome. You're gonna go get the green pad, see? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go get it right now. Go on down to your local hydro shop. Tell them Shunny sent you. That's right, Shunny with the green pad. More CO2 in your garden. More carbon, more weight, see? You need to get that weight up to pay me back, see, Shunny? Go get the green pad junior. Put it in your cloning dome, see? You're gonna get some more roots faster. Cut days off your cloning time. More harvest year round. That's right, see? Activated by humidity. 35 to 50%, so make sure that's right, okay? Go to your local hydro shop, see?
That's right, go there now. More root, more fruit, more fruit, more root.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Meow.
Sorry, Horty. Game over.
Hey, Dr. Duff, are you signing up for another one of those internet dating sites after your divorce?
Nah, I'm just ordering these freaking douchebags from China here. Just gonna be saving a lot of money on it. About $1 a bag.
Did you say douchebags?
Yeah, they're pots. They're fabric pots. They're, made in China. They save $1 a bag from all the other...
Oh, it sounds like an imitation smart pot or something.
Yeah, save $1, but, I'm pretty sure these douchebags are gonna work.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine who used those same douchebags. He bought them direct from China. It killed his whole garden.
Bro, what? So, I'm better off spending that extra $1 on a smart pot?
I'd get a smart pot.
Don't be a Duff man. Make sure to buy the original patented Smart Pot. Check them out at smartpots.com.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bring in the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits using Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor and fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
Dr. Duffman here. Wanted to talk to you about what I wish I had in my garden. And that, my friends, is a Nanolux double-ended fixture, which is leading the industry as I speak in double-ended technology. I will no longer need 10 150-watt lights to cover my 5x5 area. With just one double-ended fixture from Nanolux, I can cover that area. Also, no more need for that pesky Richter timer of mine that goes off at all kinds of random hours. With Nanolux's fixture, it comes NCCS ready, meaning I can control it on my computer. So if you're like me and your lighting situation sucks, then upgrade to Nanolux's double-ended fixtures today, and don't be a Duff man. For more information on Nanolux, check them out at nanoluxtech.com. That's NANOLUXTECH.com.
Woo! 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 Ow! Love that money.
Heavy T Grow Show, baby.
So you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda.
Don't you put that evil on me!
Heavy T.
Heavy T hooked me up, man. Thanks.
That's right. That's right.
Big cities need a fast-paced life to grow. And in my fast-paced garden, I use the Big City Hydro Mix. It's available in bulk anywhere in California, organic certified, and made with calcium buffered cocoa. With a consistent pH, it works well with all container gardens and conventional feeding programs. Check with your local grow store for bags.
Check us out at bulksoil.com.
Hey, I'm in the zone!
Dude, this shit is awesome. Too much stuff. That's too much stuff. Too much stuff. Man, cut that fool. That's too much stuff. He talking all over the callers. That's too much stuff. His wife hands all over my ballers. She has too much stuff. The same 3 jokes every show. That's too much stuff. A black guy his wife have to blow. That's too much stuff. Too much stuff. She got too much stuff. That's too much stuff. That's where he's pimping 101. Too much stuff. You're listening to the Heavy T Grow Show on DFZRadio.com.
DFZRadio.com.
What is? Hey, are you a soil grower and tired of using salt and synthetic-based fertilizers and not getting the results that you wanted? Well, for hydroponics, those products work great. But in soil, they suck. All those feeding schedules are out of range for what we think is good for soil growers. Mission Fertilizer is a new product on the market that's specific to soil gardening. They have a Grow, Bloom, and Boost. It's a super premium organic 1 part Grow, 1 part Bloom, and 1 part Boost. It's a feeding program that can be used in bag soils like Ocean Forest and Happy Frog, Victory Mix, or Empire Builder, even Roots Organic, Royal Gold, and so forth. It can be used in any soil mix. Super simple to use, 1 part Grow, 1 part Bloom, and 1 part Boost to get the most out of your garden. It's organic listed, pH stable, and safe to use with tap water. No need to ppm or EC or pH your tap water if you're mixing in Mission Fertilizer liquid. Go to missionfertilizer.com, grow the best, and see the proof is in the plants.
DFZRadio.com.
Oh shit, Bovita's in the house. CanaCon 2017, Sonoma County Fairgrounds. Just ran into Bovita. Do you know what Bovita is?
I do.
Oh, is that because you work for them?
It is.
Damn, son. How do I get a job?
You have to do a cartwheel all the way down.
Damn, I'm hired. I'm so hired, dude. Holy shit. Seriously, here we are, Heavy T's Growth Show. I'm here with, what's your name?
Scott.
Scott, Bovita. Bovita, what is Bovita? What do you tell people Bovita is if they don't know? Because they should be knowing what a Bovita is.
Very simple. It's a two-way humidification that goes in with your cannabis and whatever you're storing that in, whether it's a baggie, ball jar, sea vault, medtainer, whatever it is. It's a little packet, and it goes in there. It's going to add or remove moisture to maintain a specific relative humidity, 58% or 62, depending on which one you use, and it's going to keep it fresh. So if you've got dry product, throw our packet in there. It's going to rehydrate it, bring it back to life. Or if it's perfect where it is, it's going to keep it there, maintain the weight, color, aroma, potency, all that good stuff.
Well, that's crazy. So you guys are saying that your packs, a 50, what was it, 52, 62, or what was it?
62 and 58.
58 and a 62% humidity. Those packs aren't necessarily meant to, like, if you have it way too dry, it's not just for having dry-ass product. It's to maintain it. So, like, you could go ahead and put it in there right after you're done cutting it up, and you want to keep it nice and fresh. You put a Bovita in there, and they'll keep it nice and fresh?
Exactly. Pull moisture out. Now, if it's too dry, it's going to add it, and then it's going to maintain that 62% or 58. So it's not done when it adds and it's done. It will keep it there for 2 to 4 months.
Damn, you guys got a great product. That is the best thing I've ever heard. Hey, guys, go check them out. Bovita, is it bovita.com? What is it? How do we find you?
It's bovitainc.com or on Amazon.
Am I saying it wrong? Is it Bovita?
It is Bovita, but hey, everyone says Bovita, or it's a bunch of different things. So,
okay, do it the Duff way. It's Bovita, dude, or Bovita. If you guys want to be French, call it Bovita. I'm American, so it's Bovita, okay?
Hey, that works for us.
And you guys check them out on the internet. If you can't find them at your local hydroponics shop, you should tell them they need to get it because they're missing out on it. Don't get that stuff from that one company that distributes a bunch of knockoff stuff. Get the Bovita or the Bovita, okay, guys? Make sure it's that. It's got a unique packaging, and it's the shizzle.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you. CanaCon 2017. Bovita. We're out of here. Fresh weed. That's what they say. Fresh weed. They're yelling at me, fresh weed over to the right of me. But it's good. That's what it does. It's fresh weed. It's Bovita. You like really harsh, dry weed? No. Then just go out to Southern California on those, those Santa Ana conditions and put your weed out there and smoke it. Okay? Dry time. And then you'll be crusty too, so you need to marinate yourself in lotion while you're at it. Let's take a few calls. Hey, we got Jen calling in. Hey, Jen, how you doing?
Hi, Jen.
Hey, Jen, what's your question?
I'm not made for radio.
Either am I, man. So I'm out of here. Marquisos here, 2017. CanaCon, Sonoma. It's so beautiful. For real, here we are, Green Grow Biologicals, guys. I'm looking at this. They got like a tiger crazy looking print on their bags. It's like, it's kind of African and stuff. So like I remember it. I can like remember this product. It's great. It's called Green Grow. I'm gonna check him out, dude. He's talking to somebody right now. He's like canaconning it up. It's a little busy, so I'm gonna pause it up. We'll be right back. We'll be able to talk to him. Okay? He's also Mosca Seeds. Dude, Green Grow Biologicals. You guys got that freaking tiger on the bag. I've seen you guys, right?
Yes, Green Grows.
Green Grows. What is this stuff? It's Nature's Pride. What is Nature's Pride?
Well, the background of the founder really, he had a big interest in archaeology and, going back how things were done in the past. And so through his research, he wanted to create a fertilizer that was more closely mimicked to the way things used to be done. And so he came up with this great idea of combining your dry fertilizers with biochar and the mycorrhizae. No one had done it before. So it was just really very, very creative, and it's taken off. It's a really solid line, and I've enjoyed running it. Here I have a picture of an outdoor.
Damn, that looking super healthy.
Yes. Just no root tip burning. Leaves are perfect. It's just very easy to do. You apply it once a week, water it in, that's it. You can't.
That's it. Once a week, and you're going to have some bomb-ass plants that I'm looking at his pictures he's showing me. Super healthy green leaves, super vegetative, lots of growth. And this stuff is like, okay, so it's like a one-part system. You're going to do just a veg. You go into the bloom, start doing the bloom cycle, start hitting it with the bloom.
Yes, exactly. And one thing that we recommend is using a compost tea, using it as a compost tea and brewing it and applying it. Plants love it, and there's a really great response from the plants when you do that.
So you're going to go ahead and, so if I'm in a veg, I'm going to get the veg formula, do a compost tea for veg, and then if I go to bloom, I'm going to get the bloom food?
Exactly, because the plant requires different nutritional elements depending on the growth phase. And so vegging is much different, much more nitrogen based, whereas when you go to flowering, it's more potassium based. So
That's true. And that's why you want to separate those things so you can get the best of both worlds in your garden, blow it up. You're going to have some bomb-ass plants, just like over here. What was your name?
Mosca Negra.
Mosca Negro. His plants are muy bueno. Muy bueno. He's muy popular. That too. And wait, you got something else over here I see. You got seeds? Yeah. Mosca seeds?
Mosca seeds, yes.
Okay, Mosca seeds. You got Mosca seeds. Mosca seeds. That's MOSCASEEDS.com. MOSCASEEDS.com. And it looks like a black fly. Yeah, it's a black flies. Moscas are black flies?
That's my name.
Pinche moscas. Okay, so you got so your seeds. What are you doing with your seeds? Are you breeding these things? What are going on here? Are these what kind of seeds are these?
Yes,
these 420. These are 420 seeds.
Yes, exactly. These are strains of different marijuana, both indicas, sativa, hybrids, as well as a feminized line that we're now releasing, which is based on the legend OGK, which is a crinkle cut. It's more of a building block to today's modern OG Kushes.
Okay, which one can I have? That one. I need that one. You got that one for me?
You got it right here.
Okay, I'm taking it. Is that cool?
Yeah, we'll work it out.
There it is. Go check them out. Mosca seeds. Moscas. As how would you say it, Mike?
Fly seeds. Moscas.
Mosca seeds. They're the shit. Go check out those Green Grow Biologicals too. Lump them up together. Why not? Start your brewing. Get your tea on. Get your seed on. We're going to be all good. I'm Duff Man. I'm going to get hooked up on some bomb-ass stuff. Look for it to be about $3,000 a pound from Mark. He's going to sell it for me.
I got my own farm, too. We're good. We're ready to do it.
I don't know if he's going to get 3 group per, but we're going to try. We're out. Duff Man and Marcos going around this expo and killing it. We out. Thank you. Cool. Oh, damn. Look at what I just found. I just found Dope Magazine. I don't know what Dope Magazine's all about, but it's at CannaCon.
It's that dopeness.
It's at that 420 show. I guess it's a dope-ass dude's up on here. Who's that dude? Is that Ice Cube?
This is Montel Williams.
Montel Williams.
And the game.
And the game. Oh, shit, the game. I was just calling him Ice Cube, bro. The game is not
dope.
Ice Cube.
That's dope.
Yeah, well, they got the game up on there. Montel Williams up on Dope Magazine. I'm going to talk to this girl when she's done here in a second. She's on roller skates. All cannabis related. Looks like a... Oh, dang, you could... The paper they print this stuff on is smokable.
What?
Yeah, you could roll a joint with that paper.
Hey, who has a whole pound right now? We could roll a whole pound on this paper right here.
I just want to say, we got a pound. Come on, bring it. Oh, hey, Dope Magazine, what's up?
Good. Happy 420.
What's up with the? Is this what you have to wear? You got to wear roller skates when you come to Dope Magazine?
Got a bigger booth than usual, so I thought I'd wear my skates and navigate the booth easier, and I can get around way better with like this.
Okay, Dope Magazine. Here you are. You're on Heavy T's Grow Show right now. Well, not right now, but later on you will be on it. And Dope Magazine. What is Dope Magazine?
Defending our plant everywhere is what Dope Magazine stands for. We're a cannabis culture and lifestyle magazine. We do lifestyle features on products, and we are an advertising platform for companies that are trying to reach cannabis audience. A lot of people love picking up our magazine, whether they're young or old.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm old as hell, and I just picked one of those things up, and I look good. So you guys just get all these celebrities, and they come out and do some goods for you, huh?
That is right. We pick up the dopest people and put them on our covers and in our pages, and we feature only the best things. I manage the Northern California region of Dope Magazine for content and take photos.
Very nice. There you hear. What was your name?
Ashley.
Ashley, if I want to see Dope Magazine, can I go find it on the internet?
Yeah, just visit dopemagazine.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Dope Magazine, Twitter at Dope Magazine, everywhere.
Dope Magazine everywhere. What was your name again?
Ashley Castro.
Ashley, thank you for the interview. And you know what? Those skates are awesome. I love your skates.
Cheers.
And good luck out there, Dope Magazine. What? Dope Magazine in the house. Here we are, CannaCon, Dr. Duff. I'm up in here in the Natural Enemies. What's the name of your company?
Natural Enemies.
I just said it, bro. Damn, I'm good, dude. I can read. That's Long Beach education at its finest. So, Natural Enemies. What the hell is Natural Enemies, dude? Do I just go get my homies and we go around and we just kick some ass?
For the most part, yeah. Beneficial insects or predatory mites that feed on the pest mites that people have in their garden.
So you have beneficial mites that you sell to the public for their garden to get. What is a beneficial mite? What does it look like?
Well, you can see them with the naked eye pretty easily. Simply, we got pictures here to show you. But yeah, they feed on the pests that you have in the garden. There's no negative impact on your plants whatsoever. It takes the place of any chemical applications to your crop.
So if you have spider mites in your garden, right? I'm going to go and buy my natural...
Persimilis. Buy Persimilis.
Buy Persimilis. What is that? What's that word?
Persimilis is most aggressive against two-spot spider mites, basically.
Bam! Knowledge for your brains. Did your face just melt like mine? It did. Okay, Persimilis. I said it right. I know I did. But anyways, check this out. They have spider mite, anti-spider mites. What are they called again?
Spider mite predators.
Spider mite predators that will go in and eat your spider mites. If you got webs on your garden, first of all, you're doing wrong because you got webs. And then you're going to need to get this Natural Enemies, bro.
Word.
Damn straight. Hey, how much does these natural predators, how much do they cost?
It just depends on which ones that you buy. There's slow release sachets versus active adults. Just go online at naturalenemiesbiocontrol.com.
There it is, naturalenemiesbiocontrol.com. Check them out. How much would a small jar of some Natural Enemies cost you?
$33 is a minimum, but you need to have a $100 minimum to place an order.
There it is, $100, people. Okay, and you know what? How much does a $100 treat? How big of an area?
It's dependent. Dependent on pest pressure and the populations that you have going on. So there's nothing, no specifics that we can give you on it.
So just get a big ass bottle and just throw them out and let them go to business.
Slow release sachets are what you want to treat preventatively. You don't ever want to get to the adults.
Damn straight. You don't want no webs up on your stuff because then you're just going to have to throw it away, right?
You got it.
Or my buddy over here, he'll smoke it. Check it out. Denver Maximum Yield Indoor Gardening Expo. Holy crap. Just walked into Noah from Black Dog. The only dude that has a LED light that stepped up to the plate and said, yo, Heavy T, check out my LED. This shit gives you bomb-ass, sticky, icky pine cones. None like anything that's in the parks and shit. This blows the parks out of the water. Noah, good to see you, bro. And like I said, you got a great LED. I know. We tested it out. You are the only dude to ever step up to the plate and give out an LED because you know your shit's the bomb, right?
Well, Black Dog LED is the only one that stepped up, and we keep throwing down the gauntlet. We're waiting for somebody else to step up to Heavy T's challenge and take it. But yeah, so far to date, I believe Black Dog's the only one that could step up and do it.
I don't think there's any more challenge because I'm sold. The Black Dogs fucking work. And you know what? I see you have a new line out. Let's tell everybody out there. BlackDogLED.com, right?
Yes.
BlackDogLED.com. Check this out, and we got the new series that you're going to talk about.
I have Corey talk about this one.
Corey, hey, now we're going over here, tag teaming. Corey, you're in. Noah's out. What's going on?
Got it. Right here, we got the
We
new
got it. What is it?
This is the only LED 1,000-watt replacement. You're looking at 300 5-watt LEDs, the most enhanced spectrum on the market with ultraviolet and infrared. We've got a complete product line where we've launched 2 new products. We've got the BD Micro and the BD 240 for those guys getting into it or that just want to do little starts. We've got the 750-watt Platinum. To date, the most powerful, most effective big dog on the market.
And what was the name of it? Universal Series?
Universal Series Platinum XLU.
So all the people out there, they want to save money on your electricity bill. You want to save money on everything? Make sure you get that Black Dog hanging above your garden and doing this thing, right? What's up? These
Less
things
heat.
are way more heat, so you're not having to put any kind of exhaust fan.
You're running.
There's no heat. Yeah, there's less heat.
You seal these things up in a tent in a 70 to 72 degree room, and you're not going to run over 80 degrees in a sealed tent unducted.
At 72 degrees when you go into this room, you plug it in and it goes up like 8
Seal
degrees.
that thing up, and you're not going to run over 8 degrees.
I gotta tell you.
That's how serious it is. Plant burn is a thing of the past. You can fully foliar feed under our lights, and you're not going to end up with like the HID plant burn, leaf burn. You guys, if you wander over to our other display, there's plants over there that were grown by a customer for about 4 years under HID, and he's got about 6 months of LED growth, and you can see a phenomenal difference in the internodal spacing. And all of the old growth has some burn. All the new growth, 100% green. You go from about a 3-inch internodal spacing to about a 1/4 inch. That's because plants aren't striving for light. They're getting everything they need. We're putting the science to work, and we're proving it in the field.
That's right. You want to lower the temps? You want to get more light? You want to get intenser light? Get that damn Black Dog up in there. Don't fool around. Spend that damn money. Get it. I did. So did he.
BlackDogLED.com.
Maximilian here. Yes, sir. That's right, from Zyme Alive. I'll tell you what, my enzymes from my booty are alive. I don't know about yours. But let's talk about enzymes, because they're in the toilet, right?
Right. So what we've got is a bacteria product that is producing the enzymes. You know, there's all these lines out there that are bottling up these enzymes and pasteurizing them. This is the bacteria. So these tea bags, you drop it in your reservoir, treats 1 to 40 gallons. That's a lot of water. And you're breeding the bacteria that are making the enzyme. So you're not just buying this end product, you're getting the actual organisms. You're increasing that microflora, out-competing all kinds of other stuff, doing a good job of getting those nutrients where they need to be and up into that plant really, really quickly. Good stuff.
So these tea bags make the Zyme Alive.
Right. You get 8 of them in a box. take you all the way through your flower cycle, 1 a week at all your reservoir changes, and it'll do, like I said, 1 to 40 gallons.
I'll tell you what, my wife loves being teabagged, but not by me. But not by me, though.
By Zymalive.
By Zymalive.
Exactly.
By Maximilian here. You dick, we're going to fight after this.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, arm wrestle. How's that?
Done. You're down.
I'm going down. I'm going down.
Going down.
All right, well, Zymalive, Maximum Yield Indoor Gardening, Denver, 2013. Zymalive, check it out. Increases your yields, your flowering, your density, your bricks, your branching, and your amino acids. If somebody wants the Zymalive, do they go to zymalive.com?
They can, and they can also give me a call over at Crop King. Name's Max Salinger. Any more information? And yeah.
Crop Kings.
Crop King.
Maximilian, check them out, hit them up, let them know you want that damn Zymalive to increase all that shit in your garden.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. That's how we do. I'm out.
Do 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 do. Your LED is do 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 do. What's up? Welcome back to Heavy T's Grow Show. You dig? I'm just up in this bitch trying to make $1 out of 50 cents. You dig? Sure enough, it was a blade.
I'm out here trying to get a pound off of 260 watts.
It was a light. It was a light emitting diode light.
Definitely less heat.
Is that like ATM if you say light after light emitting diode? Man, I can't even do that. I'm dying. Heavy T is dying, y'all. I wish y'all
some resuscitation, please.
Say la vie. Said the old folks. Is that what I want to say?
Who the fuck's on the phone?
Eduardo Perez from San Quentin. They're currently using LEDs to light up their cells.
What's going on?
What's going on, Eddie? How you been?
Pretty good, hanging in there.
Hey, man. So, listen, HLG, which is a great company, they offer products that actually stand up to the test, and they have transparency. You got one of those recently, sent out from a giveaway that we had a few months ago. What do you think about that LED?
So I was pretty stoked. I was happy. Thanks a lot. Thanks again. Man, I put that bitch together like instantly that night.
Easy,
then,
right? Easy. It's like plug and play.
I put it in the room. What was that?
It's like plug and play. It's easy.
Oh, no. I had the DIY one.
Oh, okay. So it's not easy?
Yeah. Speedy got the other one. That one's a badass. He put that one up right away, too.
All right.
You've been waiting for that thing to come.
It's not a competition, Eddie. You and Speedy aren't in competition.
No, everybody.
Oh, shit, it's a competition.
Hey, before your mom and dad cleaned up all the wrapping paper off the floor, you already had half the Legos put together, right? That's how it is. Me too,
right?
player.
Yeah, it was out of the box already in the car.
Fuck yeah. I already broke half this shit.
All right.
But, yeah, it's in... I filled the room up, or filled that spot up with it. It's covering probably about a 4x4. I put a bunch of plants in underneath it, flipped it right away. So hopefully in a couple months I'll let you know how she comes out.
Good. But so far, how do the plants look? Healthy?
Yeah, hell yeah, they look healthy.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Now, did you replace a light in that area, or was it a new spot?
A new spot.
All right. And so,
I do have the same cuts, same everything under HPS, so I'm same room though.
Doing a little Pepsi challenge, right?
You're trying, yeah.
Les challenge, for sure. What's your question tonight?
How far from the canopy should I put those LEDs?
Well, you need to get a par meter, and they only run an additional $300 to $500.
Or you could ask the manufacturer what the recommended distance.
Because they're all going to be different.
They're all going to be different, right?
Yep.
But they know what the par readings are at what distance from the light. So if I was you, I'd reach out to HLG and say, hey, this is what I'm running. This is the area I'm
It's
covering
probably
with
available on their website.
Yeah, and just say,
right on the side of it.
what's the recommended distance to keep it from the top of the canopy.
Hold on. Eddie, Saint speaking up, I just realized this motherfucker.
He knows the
He's
distance.
over there. That's why he's sweating and so angry and
What?
not even playing the songs on point.
Why?
Is because you invested heavily
I didn't invest heavily
into some LEDs. What's your story about LEDs, Saint? How are they rolling?
They're rolling good. They definitely not as big as a yield as HPS, but the quality is very high and it works fine. With that one, you want to get 36 inches from the top, and then you could inch it down to 18 inches.
A ringing endorsement.
So on a smaller plant, you want to start 3 feet off the top,
Right.
and as they get bigger, you can drop it to about 18.
Yeah, exactly. And you want to run a little warmer, 82, and then
Why?
because of the extra heat, because it doesn't have the infrared stuff.
Oh, ding, ding. Look at the big brain on
Wow.
Saint. That is called deductive logic right there. Because you listen to the show, right?
There you go.
So it needs to be warmer because it doesn't have the infrared heat.
There you go.
So I don't even know what that
You
means.
guys ever use a lux meter?
I don't use any meters except centimeters to measure my penis.
Lux doesn't really correlate. I'm sure that there's probably formulas out there you can use to convert lux to other measurements of light, but lux isn't really. It's like lumens are for humans. Lux is for like taking pictures. It's not really for growing plants.
Nice. All right. Okay.
Okay. What else, Eddie? Let's talk more.
Let's keep going, Eddie.
Keep it rolling.
Shoot, Eddie, come on. Everything in your arsenal right now. What keeps you up at night?
Everything's
When
good.
you're-
Going good.
When you're laying in
I need
bed.
to build my.
Meh.
What was that?
Meh.
Oh, he's just interrupting you. You said go ahead with what you're saying.
Oh, thank you to Heavy T. Can I take your order?
Nice. No, I need to build out my freaking bedroom, make that a little bit bigger.
All right.
There you
But
go.
that's what I'm working on right now.
All right, do that. All right, confirmed. What else? What are you growing?
Nothing.
What
Trying to
strain?
keep these, little kids in elementary school growing their vegetables.
Oh, nice.
That's real wholesome.
For little kids, get them growing some carrots and radishes. Radishes, you can pull the fruit out real quick, and if you have longer-term ones, longer-term fruit takes a little longer to develop. It keeps them interested.
And kids love carrots and radishes.
Yeah, and also lettuce. They can grow that pretty quickly too.
They do love it, bro.
That wasn't sarcasm.
You're just an asshole.
Why we started talking about radishes?
Because no one here grows radishes.
Because you would rather talk about cucumbers.
Have you seen my fucking world record radishes that are like as big as a football? Oh my god!
He carves them for Halloween.
Yeah, and the
I do.
pickles too.
Yes, my pickles are awesome.
Radish bong.
Eddie, love you, man. Thanks for calling in. Let us know about that LED.
Stay steady, Eddie.
All right, we'll do.
Smoke weed every day. I'm gonna send you a swag pack too. Some of our good shit.
All right, it's all good.
Eddie, you were a great caller, bro.
I'm so fucking blasted.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if he's still there.
I reckon. Can I get a
Hey, Eddie, great job on tonight's show. Oh, my God, you laughing like me, you fucker. I think he just made fun of my laugh. Hold on, let's see. Oh, Eddie's gone.
He's like, I'm done with that
He's
shit.
with the whales.
Who wants to take a dab?
It is 7:10.
It is? It's like 9:12.
9:12. The date.
Oh, the date. And I flip it upside down and it spells oil.
Oil.
9/11.
You know what? You know what 553-78008 spells if you flip it upside down? Boobless. Ooh. Don't steal that date. All right. 562-653-0707. We're coming back with the grand prize. Let's play Upstate Growers compilation one more time for the listeners.
We haven't heard Kokomo.
Which one?
Can you just slow your roll over here, Mr. Dictating shit? Like,
I'm just saying, bro. I gotta get a flow going, man. We're gonna play his classics and not play the hits.
We're playing the new ones.
Everybody wants to hear it.
You want to hear it.
Maybe we could do both.
All right, go ahead.
What are we playing
Thanks, Jack.
first? We're playing Coco
Appreciate
Ninja
you, bro.
and LED.
This is why our show sucks.
Here's a confusing.
Who gets me high? That's what Coco fucking
Hold on, stop it real quick. Stop it real quick. I showed my kids this thing, and they're going around saying, "My ninja, my ninja." A 3-year-old, and they're walking around, "My ninja, my ninja." They also say, "What's up, Spider Vato?" Because you know what the Spider Vato song that Marcos Pollos taught him.
Right.
Is Spider Vato, coming straight from Guanajuato. Can he jump? Yes, he can. That's how he became an American. Spider Vato.
Classic.
Yep.
Classic.
So now they go
Full of
around
rich history.
saying My Ninja and Spider Vato. So pretty much.
That's not racist at all.
Pretty much, I just hang out at like fried chicken joints and Mexican restaurants. My Ninja. Let's hear that one.
I'ma always buy from a Coco fucking Ninja.
Your kids
Who
are
gets
walking
me
around with
high?
this
That's
shit.
what Coco fucking Ninja. We ain't growing outside, we some Coco fucking ninjas. Riding in my ride with some Coco fucking ninjas. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja. Coco fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja. A Coco fucking ninja. She's wheeled by my side, I'm a Coco fucking ninja. You just can't hide from this Coco fucking ninja. My meme set the price, I'm a Coco fucking
Illuminati.
ninja. Growers paradise, I'm a Coco fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
Say it.
My ninja, my ninja.
A Coco fucking ninja.
My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
A Coco fucking ninja.
My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
A Coco fucking ninja.
My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
DFZ Radio.
When they say the blurple Chinese, low price light can blow away my HID. How the fuck can they say that LED? And when the caveman soil growers wanna talk about HLG, feel free to pay triple for LED. Yeah, LED, just got ripped off. LED, yeah, LED, yeah, LED. Check how much it draws though, LED.
DFCRadio.com.
Love that money.
Heavy T Grow Show, baby.
Say, you're big time, huh?
Yeah, kinda. Don't you put that evil on me! Heavy T.
Heavy T hooked me up, man. Thanks.
That's right.
Big cities need a fast-paced life to grow. And in my fast-paced garden, I use the Big City Hydro Mix. It's available in bulk anywhere in California, organic certified, and made with calcium buffered cocoa. With a consistent pH, it works well with all container gardens and conventional feeding programs. Check with your local grow store for bags.
Check us out at bulksoil.com.
Hey, I'm in the zone.
Dude, this shit is
Too much stuff. That's too much stuff. Too much stuff.
Man, cut that fool.
That's too much stuff. He talking all over the callers. That's too much stuff. His wife hands all over my ballers. She has too much stuff. The same 3 jokes every show. That's too much stuff. A black guy, his wife have to bluff. That's too much stuff. Too much stuff. She got too much stuff. That's too much stuff. That's what he's pimping 101. Too much stuff. You're listening to the Heavy T Grow Show on DFZRadio.com.
Something wasn't right when you say you grew 4 pounds of light. Then you went and picked a fight with the host of the show. He put you in your place, verbally bitch slapped your face. Worse than Duff's wife's herpes case. Y'all ain't homies no more. Go try a Coco. 562-653-0707. So call in and get shit. Fuck, this must be heaven. If Marcos is shipping, well, you just might get it. Try a Coco, bro. Has to be better than your cubes of mold. Stop using Aclo. Hey, try a Coco, bro.
Don't be a bitch, a Rockwell scientist.
Hope you like algae, because that's all your Rockwell will breed. You can't call what you grow weed, and even Duffman agrees. Everybody knows you shouldn't fuck with a Heavy T show. Like one of Morty's hoes, you don't know when to just go. Go try a Coco. 562-653-0707. So call in and get shit. Oh, this must be heaven. If Marcos is shipping, well, you just might get it. Try a Coco, bro. You're hated more than even Vinnie Stone, and that's really fucking low. Don't try a Coco.
Don't be a bitch, a Rockwell scientist.
That's Horty's Pimpin' 101.
Hey guys, it's Heavy T. As a longtime cultivator in both small and large gardens, both indoor and in greenhouses, I know the number one factor for being successful is to maintain an ideal environment and optimize my airflow. That is why I use and recommend Fantech controllers and EC fans. As the original inventors of the inline fan way back in 1974, Fantech uses the highest quality German motors and has revolutionary impeller technology. The EC fan creates the most efficient and powerful airstream of any fan in its class. And with the new Aeolus controller, maintaining the ideal environment has never been more simple. The Aeolus, with a variety of modes, allows me to control my exhaust and intake fans along with my dampeners from one easy to set up and use interface. And with the two expandable channels, I can maintain temperature set points in two separate spaces. So whether you're a hobbyist in your garage or a commercial greenhouse grower, it's simple. Use what the pros use. Use the Fantech EC fan and Aeolus controller. And if you're a retailer, contact Rambridge, Savant Plant Tech, or Garden Rebels Distribution and order yours today. Fan and controller sold separately.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bring in the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor and fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
DFZRadio.com.
If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt. If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me. I like the blunt. I like the blunt. Rest in peace, Bob Marley. My blunt got a cold cut, Steve Harvey. I catch the buds with my glove, Steve Garvey. Quick to
Yo,
roll
yo,
in
yo,
the
what
club.
is, what is?
We party.
Hey, straight up, it's not a competition, y'all. Right? Everyone should strive to grow better. If building your own grow light helps you do that, and you're doing well with it, you should do that. If growing probiotic helps you do that, and that's what you want to do, you should do that. If using salts, you want to use salts, you should use that. Right? Everyone should be growing. Everyone should be growing cannabis, period. It's a medicine. It's fulfilling, for one, having your own garden. But this competition, this thing that, and we heard it tonight, we're not trying to put people out of business. We're not trying to do anything. We have no skin in the game. Why the fuck am I going to try to put people out of business when I don't own an alternative business that competes with that business? What the fuck does that mean? I ain't trying to do shit. The only thing I'm trying to do is speak the truth to y'all about my experiences, about my knowledge, and I never claim to know everything, man. Or girl, or ladies and gentlemen.
Or LED users.
Peoples of all ages.
And lighting preferences.
You know?
Get them.
There is no reason for hostility. There's no reason to make assumptions.
Unless you're KNF.
Take what you're given. Take my words as they come. Right?
Unless he's buzzed.
Seriously. I'll fuck you up, Chef, right now. But people insinuate things and assume things, and the assumption that we are anti-LED is wrong. And I explained this thoroughly through the entire program. So if you missed it, go back and tune in, especially and follow at Upstate Grower.
Yeah,
that's the man right there.
Album coming out soon.
And we're
Dropping the
gonna
album.
can you line up all these songs, even the fucking Jiggity song, dude? Put the Jiggity song in there.
I got 4 tracks of them lined up right
You got
now.
Jiggity in there too?
Yep.
All right, that one and the other ones. If you got good songs, call in. If you think you have talent, and if you like to play around and build your own shit, keep building it, man. If you grow what you need to grow for your own needs, keep doing it.
We'll play them in order.
Fucking grow weed, motherfuckers. Other than that, we out.
Too much stuff. That's too much stuff. Too much stuff. That's too much stuff. He talking all over the callers. That's too much stuff. His wife hands all over my ballers. She has too much stuff. The same 3 jokes every show. That's too much stuff. A black guy his wife have to blow. That's too much stuff. Too much stuff. She got too much stuff. That's too much stuff. That's where he's pimping 101. Too much stuff. You're listening to the Heavy T Grow Show on DFZRadio.com. Something wasn't right when you said you grew 4 pounds a night.
Then you went and picked a fight with the host of the show. He put you in your place, verbally bitch slapped your face. Worse than Duff's wife's herpes case. Y'all ain't homies no more. Go try a Coco. 562-653-0707. So call in and get shit. Fuck, this must be heaven. If Marcos is shipping, well, you just might get it. Try a Coco, bro. Has to be better than your cubes of mold. And stop using Aclo. Hey, try a Coco, bro.
Don't be a bitch, a Rockwell scientist.
Hope you like algae, because that's all your Rockwell will breed. You can't call what you grow weed, and even Duffman agrees. Everybody knows you shouldn't fuck with a heavy tea show. Like one of Porty's hoes, you don't know when to just go. Go try a Coco. 562-653-0707. So call in and get shit. Oh, this must be heaven. If Marcos is shipping, well, you just might get it. Try a Coco, bro. You're hated more than even Vinnie Stone, and that's really fucking low. Don't try a Coco.
Don't be a bitch, a Rockwell scientist.
You know I'ma always buy from a Coco fucking ninja. Who gets me high? That's my Coco fucking ninja. We ain't growing outside, we some Coco fucking ninjas. Riding in my ride with some Coco fucking ninjas. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja. Coco fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja. A Coco fucking ninja. She's wheeled by my side, I'm a Coco fucking ninja. Youths just can't hide from this Coco fucking ninja. My meme set the price, I'm a Coco fucking Illuminati. Ninja. Growers paradise, I'm a Coco fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. Say it. My ninja, my ninja. A Coco fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja. A Coco fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja. A Coco fucking ninja. My ninja, my ninja. My ninja, my ninja.
DFZ Radio.
When they say the blurple Chinese, low price light can blow away my HID. How the fuck can they say that? LED. And when the caveman soil growers wanna talk about HLG, feel free to pay triple for LED. Yeah, LED, LED, LED. Just got ripped off. LED, yeah, LED, 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 yeah, LED. Check how much it draws though. LED. People, are you ready for chickadee churro? For chickadee churro. Don't heard about the plant he grew? I heard that motherfucker yielded about 4 pounds. Have you heard about the plant he grew? I heard that motherfucker yielded about 7 pounds. Have you heard about that plant he grew? I heard that motherfucker yielded about 11 pounds. Have you heard about the plant he grew? I think that motherfucker yielded about 100 pounds.
DFCRadio.com.